And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to World Team League 2022 Winter Contest Round 9, Day number 3, Series 2. I'm, of course, your host, Light VIP, and with me, joining me for this tirade of Terran matchups, we have the tyrant himself, AsherBro.
Oh no. Oh no. Hello. My cat just fell on the spacebar and paused. My dear.
Oh no.
Rufus.
Oh my god, is this a new pickup? KaiZi has Hyperion?
I don't know if that's... I'm not sure if that's new.
For a long time, Hyperion's been teamless, so if it's regardless, interesting pickup we have there. Great photo as well. I've never seen Hyperion's face as we are getting into our KaiZi versus Team GP matchup.
Yeah, here we go. So here are our matchups. We do have a couple TVPs to start things off. We have the clash between Nightmare and Spirit. Nightmare been very good in the past couple months, really popping off hard in that knockout bracket of Atlanta.
Mate, he has been popping, let me tell you, but he's been popping mainly in the PvP matchup. That is his forte, that is his bread and butter. And now he's going up against one of the best Terran players in all of Europa.
I'm trying to remember who he beat. I think he beat Time. I think that might have been Time.
He beat Time, yeah.
Gross.
I'm sure Time is quite lucky that he avoided Nightmare, and we'll see how Spirit is able to bring the EU meta here to the South Korean Protoss, as apparently he is being judged to be slightly higher in score than Nightmare. And they're both just like on both ends of that 69.
Yeah, it's nice to be on both ends together. That's what makes it work so well. As we do have, both those players going to be roughly around the same strength. And I think I do agree that Spirit does get the very, very slight nod there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree as well. It does make sense that he would have a slightly higher score. We can see a little bit of a differential between the players, where apparently Nightmare has a little bit more offense on micro, apparently Spirit with a little bit more defense. But here we go into the first game. In the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have Nightmare.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spotting the bottom left-hand corner, this is Team KaiZi's Spirit.
I'm casting with Yaku again.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, brought to you here from Abu Dhabi at the airport. It is a lovely 40 degrees at the tarmac. We hope you all enjoy your stay at the Bliss Towers.
That's actually really good. That's what he would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. One of these days I have to cast. I don't think I've casted World Team League with Yaku yet, but we need to make it happen. Or actually,
yeah.
You're an animal. You're an actual animal. Oh my god.
Speaking of actual animals, what is this SCV up to in the corner here?
Oh, he's looking to throw down a CC. He's looking.
He might be floating a factory into the base.
Oh, he's floating he's crazy. He's actually lost his mind. Oh my god. Mate.
This is such a troll build to go for.
Is he pulling a white Idra?
Oh god.
Is he gonna float his factory in, get an armory at home, and waddle in some widow mines?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, this guy's been watching too much Latin American StarCraft. Oh my, it's the only thing the White Idra does. It's
yeah, as we do see. Few Marines going to be coming out. It's going to be quite difficult to deal with. Nightmare definitely getting the best of this little matchup here of the build orders, and I think Spirit might even have to pull some SCVs to deal with this, as this is starting to get out of control for him. And he's actually... What?
What? Why?
I've never seen this before.
Why?
He's just going to
don't.
use his CC at this natural to soak up damage. He's planning to cancel it because he realizes he can't save it. But instead of making another CC on the high ground, he's making it. Oh no, wait, that's a starport. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. I thought that was a CC. I was losing my mind.
He has a starport across the map, proxied with the factory, so he's gonna be just going for a Hellion drop. Meanwhile, at the same time, you see the Adepts trading with the army of Spirit, and it looks like the Adepts are gonna be. Oh, they should barely come out on top. It's gonna be close. The Hellion comes back, almost revealing itself.
Yeah, thinks about stopping back to help out there. Things got really nasty, but looks like the Adept is almost gonna be cleaned up.
It looks like it's forced back. It looks like it is cleaned up for the most part here. Here we go. Medevac is on the way, and despite the chaotic start to things, I believe Spirit wasn't forced to cancel his CC, so he has kept it alive, and now he can go for his drop.
Yeah, and this is really fast. He is starting up a tech lab on the Stargate behind this as well, so that's very interesting too, as we don't have a battery here for Nightmare.
Oh, no battery. We do have a couple of Stalkers coming in, though, so we do have an army available, but how good are the splits? It looks like we do not have W6 Game Heart, so we're going to have to count some of these workers on our own, but damage is being done. Oh my god!
Oh. Scared me. As we did have those probes being lined on up, a lot of these going to be going down, and looks like Spirit is looking to equalize the damage that was caused to him across the map. Maybe even surpass it as. Oh my goodness, that was not my guess. 18 probes, and Nightmare, he knows what a dire situation he is in here. As we're actually going to be seeing a Raven started at this proxy starport, and that's probably going to be able to go in and get even more damage here.
See, Asher, when I make noises, there's reasons for them, okay? There's the probes, they lined up, Poppy. They all got BBQ'd to hell, and Spirit is looking beautiful right now. He's got the workers, he's got the bunker, he's got the Marines. He does not have the wall, as an Adept does slip past, but no, it's fine. Doesn't have enough HP to be a real threat. It is going to get cleaned up. We even have another bunker. Oh, it spots. Oh, it actually does.
Oh my goodness. That's actually brutal.
That's cracked. Oh my god.
Yeah, that changes things so much. If that didn't happen, that really puts Spirit in a better position, but he's going to be able to turn back these Stalkers without taking too much SCV damage.
Oh, at the same time, it looks like we have a little bit of Raven harass across the map. We did have a tech lab on that starport, and we do see a couple more probes going down. How many? Who knows? But damage was done. And yeah, it looks like, three probes in total. There we go. We do have confirmation. And Spirit, he's been able to hold on, but for how much longer, as the Stalkers are back.
Yeah, Stalkers are back. One of them going to be going down as well, so Nightmare a little bit sloppy with the pickup there. And we can see the Workers very slightly in Spirit's favor, which does put him overall in this game very far ahead.
Oh, very far ahead indeed, but the Workers are now evening up. Well, Blink is now done as well, and Nightmare is back with a vengeance, focusing down a lot of these probes. At the same time, we do have a little bit more press. The Liberator going ham in the main.
Yeah, the Liberator getting even more damage here. We do see the Workers are equalized once again. Even more probes going down. That Stalker just going to be blinking on out of the way. Both of those going to be getting out of there. The Lib is going to unsiege as we get a recall on this War Prism, but Nightmare just being picked apart right now.
He really is. Spirit is just all over him right now. 28 probes going down in total, but to 21 SCVs. What a slugfest right now. Again, the Workers are still quite even, and even though Nightmare may be feeling a little bit agitated, we just saw him just like shaking his chair. At the same time, Spirit is also, taking some blows as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Behind this, we have Charge on the way. Nightmare warping in a few more Stalkers. Just want to keep the pressure on. Wants to keep Spirit on his side of the map. Does have access to this sneaky little blink over here as well.
Oh, and there we go. He's going to be a little bit cheeky as he does a blink on over. The tank is within range, though. He's going to be taking a couple of shots to the face. One Stalker goes down immediately, but the gases are under threat. It looks like one of these geysers is going to go down.
Yeah, there we go. A bit of damage being done. Spirit going to be dipping straight back on in with that Raven. Has those queued up as well to take out a lot of these probes, and that's a lot of damage that's going to be going down. Even more denied at mining time, and Spirit just getting further and further ahead.
Well, he really is, as finally we're rounding out our army. We're getting tanks out, we're getting upgrades, we're getting stim, we're going to get combat shields afterwards. Like, he really does have a formidable force that he's going to be moving out with, and Nightmare is still struggling to keep up.
Yeah, there we go. He really does have enough tanks here as well to keep safe. He's going to be moving on over to get these add-ons here. Looks like they will be under threat from the Stalkers, so not a cancel there as well. That's a little bit of gas to lose, and We do have the starport just moving back to getting a bit of a safer location. There we go.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we're keeping our production a little bit close to the chest here. We don't want it to be too exposed. You know, we're not shirtless or anything like that. Crazy. But we do have a third CC being thrown down in the main base. So Spirit is looking to expand from here as the Raven harass just continues. It just has never been dealt with.
Yeah, we're up to 8 kills on that Raven. A lot of denied mining time. The third only just going down now for Nightmare, which is, yeah, actually pretty significantly behind the third of Spirit, even though Spirit isn't going to be able to land his third right away. We can see here the trades have been fairly even, but I definitely do feel that Spirit has gotten the edge here.
He really has, and we'll see if he can continue to keep that edge as he's going to be able to get, or he should be able to get a faster third CC. The Raven is able to bypass these Stalkers somehow, some way. They do avoid it, so the Raven is going to be able to throw down some more harassing turrets in the main. Meanwhile, Nightmare is going to park outside the base, going to try and hope that he comes across some kind of damage.
Yeah, just wants to try to catch any move out coming across the map, but I'm a little bit worried for him that he is fairly lacking when it comes to splash here, and considering how far behind he is, it might be hard for him to deal with any push out from Spirit without that.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god, 4 probes, 5 probes going down. Nightmare very late to react there, especially with those gas mining workers. And ask and you shall receive. We do, oh my god, we do have some splash damage. The drop gets knocked out of the skies. We have Storm.
Yeah, there we go. Storm is on the way. We are seeing some extra piles being thrown down, but with those first 2 medevacs, Spirit does have a move out timing now if he wants to take it.
Oh, he really does, and I imagine he's going to want to move out sooner rather than later. Third base is on the way. It is about to be taken. Nightmare does have high ground vision with that observer, so he's going to be looking to try and slip into the main once again.
Yeah, there we go. Taking out 2 of these mines, taking out Marauder as well. So some pretty high value targets there. Looks like Spirit just going to be wrapping around here trying to take out these units. And we do see a quick recall being committed. And we'll be able to get most of those Stalkers out of there as Spirit looks to commit to this push and somehow gets another mine drop out as well.
Yeah, but the recall was just in time. Only a single wood mine shot is going to be going off. So the defenses of Nightmare. Oh my god, but the retargeting.
Yeah, nice retarget. They're going to be taking out a few probes. Throws down another scan just to get eyes on the army here of Nightmare. Does say that it's a little bit out of position as well. And I think with his next 2 medevacs popping out, he can look to go for some multi-prong if he does want to do that. Looks like he's just going to be committing fully to the left side here.
Yeah, a big boy push as the Raven harass continues. Jesus, Spirit just has no chill. More probes are going to be going down. Meanwhile, the army does get spotted by the observer, so Nightmare is going to be in position to defend. And remember, he does have Storm.
Yeah, there are going to be 3 Stormers in that Warp Prism there, and does look like he's actually getting right on top of the army here.
Ooh, yeah, here we go. The first Storm does connect, only with a tank. The second one does get a bit of a better connection. Same with the third on the bio. Actually,
that third Storm going down on the Zealous quite heavily. And it does look like there is just a small enough amount of bio here that Spirit will be pushed out, but actually looking to get on top of the units here and starting to break on through. And Nightmare, he is being broken here, and it's going to be hard for him to replenish his army when he's that much lower in the economy. The Raven going to be dipping in once again. 17 kills, not enough. It is out for blood once again.
Yeah, he wants everything, Papi. He wants it all for free. Has more targets to throw down in the main base. Again, as you were saying, Nightmare has lost so many high-value units. He lost 2 of his High Templar. He lost some Immortals. He lost some Stalkers. He just cannot replace his army, and Spirit is coming in for a second wave.
Yeah, Nightmare finally throws down a battery in that main there, but I think it's too little too late. The Raven has already done its damage. He does not get away with the greed here, and getting on top of the army here. The shield battery overcharge has been committed. Huge storm on the entire army, but good splits, and there's only 1 storm left. There it is.
Oh, the final storm, but the overcharge is going to be able to hold on here. We have a denial on the 4th base that was attempted to be taken on location. So Nightmare is dealing some counter damage, and he's going to be able to buy a little bit more time. And more importantly, he was able to keep his High Templar alive this time, so he can recharge that energy.
Oh, but what the Raven has started, these Marines are going to be finishing the jump right on top of the pros. A lot of these pros going down right away. We do have a recall being committed. Tara going to be throwing it down to add insult to injury there. that 21 kill Raven. I think it is finally going to go down because there is other things going on the map. We have a massive push in on the third, and I think this will be ending the game here. Great EMP on those High Templars.
Yeah, exactly. The High Templars go down. There was not enough engine for Storm. There we go. 1, 2 Storms being thrown down on Marauders of all things, and it looks like Spirit may just barely have enough to push on through. Meanwhile, I think it's possible that the Raven survived. It's hard to tell. I think there is something in the dead space on the right-hand side. I want to believe it's still alive as Spirit sims on forward into the Mineral Lion.
Yeah, you might be coping there, but we do see beautiful target fire going down on the Stalkers. This battery is going to be finishing on up, and that does give the orange Marauders the signal to get on out of there. But I think the damage has been done here. Looking at the supplier, it most certainly has been done.
There it is, there's Raven! Let's go, I told you, mate. You're on Kirby if you couldn't believe that it was still alive. But maybe we speak too soon because, oh my god, take care of it, Papi. It's got 21 kills. It's your son.
Oh, one more turret goes down from this hero Raven. Oh my god, watch out for the storms.
Watch out, Papi, watch out. It's stormy tonight as we have the stim forward here. Nightmare clutches his head. GG gets called and Spirit takes the first game.
Oh, it's like it's snowy out there. It actually looks so nice.
Oh. Winter has arrived here in the land of Bologna. And Spirits, you know, maybe empowered by the winter snowstorm, is able to get that first win off of Nightmare. Wasn't the cleanest win, but it was very exciting, very chaotic. It was beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. So he's going to be getting that one done. Gets the first mark on the board for KaiZi. It was a very scrappy game for the start of it, but Spirit getting himself a very nice lead and never really letting go of it.
Exactly. Just always coming out a little bit on top when it came to the harassment, when it came to those trades. And I feel, maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like Nightmare was uncharacteristically lax when it came to his defense back at home. I feel like usually we don't see him fall apart in that fashion.
It was a bit greedy not to throw down a battery or cannon in the main mineral line after the Raven harassed it that many times. I mean, the Raven must have dropped, including the natural, must have dropped 7 or 8 turrets on mineral lines throughout the course of that game.
Yeah, that was a lot of turrets. And as you were saying, you know, it's kind of like, you know, those Zerg players who just refuse to throw down spores at their bases because they want to be greedy and they want to defend with queens, but the queens are always out of position and the oracles come in and get damage anyway. And at a certain point, it's like, well, at this point, like, you may have just thrown them down because it's not worth it anymore. Like, you've just lost so many drones already. Very similar kind of scenario there. Just maybe a little bit stubborn. Not wanting to invest resources there.
Light. There's something at my door. I have to get it.
Oh, go for it.
Okay.
Did Asher order Macca's? No. As we are going to be getting into game number 2, it is going to be on Tropical Sacrifice. This is Nightmare's map of choice. It is quite larger. There's a lot of space to go for these proxies as well. But I imagine he just wants a little bit more breathing room here. He wants a break from all this harassment, from all this drop play. And we all need to know what Asher gets. Exclamation mark. Menu Pog in the chat. Shout out to Emperor Fuble and to 16 Squad Senseki as well. I'm quite jealous. I don't know what it is, but like, you should be aware of this. We've been casting WTL for a couple of weeks now, but it feels like at least once every week, Asher, he gets some Macca's during the broadcast, and I'm very jealous. Very jealous.
Light.
Okay.
Light.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I'm back.
What food you get?
Don't worry about it.
No, what food did you get? What'd you get, Asher? What'd you get, Asher?
I'm consuming. It's Macca's.
Yeah, of course.
I'm consuming your son. It is Oreo. Oreo McFlurry.
Oh, but you're gonna say Patty Mac, the Big Mac himself.
Yeah, the Patty Big Mac.
You got the Big Mac and the Oreo, mate. You're getting it all inside you. Oh my god.
Where I want it to be. I ordered a McMigs. I was gonna say McVindicta, but I couldn't really get it out. It didn't really happen, you know.
You couldn't get it out because you're just getting the Oreo in, you know. You want it inside you so bad.
Oh my god, calm down, man.
Wait, it sounds like you're eating right now. It sounds...
No.
Okay. Oh my god. No. Know what you're talking about. Just... Oh my god.
It's a professional broadcast.
So you got an Oreo McFlurry. What else?
I got Oreo in my mouth.
You got Oreo in your mouth. What's next? What else?
No.
What else are you putting in your mouth?
I got some chips.
Oh, okay. Are you one of those people that mixes ice cream with chips?
No, they're animals. If you do that in the chat, get out.
Oh my god.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have for Team GP Nightmare.
In the top right-hand corner, representing KaiZi Gaming, it is Spirit. Oh, chat's just jumping all over this, mate. Oh my god.
People banned. Bop. Out of here.
Oh my god. It's like if I'm not mistaken, it's like an Asian thing, right? Where like ice cream and chips is like it's like common, right? Am I crazy?
You are crazy, but you're right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. I've never had it myself, I'll be honest. It feels illegal. Like it feels like like a forbidden combination, you know? It's like
I think it only works because Macca's ice cream is not really ice cream. If it was, it probably wouldn't work, but because it's a bit more like fatty, like it kind of works.
Yeah, true. Because real ice cream is like it's like, you know, tense. You know, it's like, you know.
Like you can't crisper.
It's more crisp. It's firm.
Firmer.
Yeah. It's like thick and firm, and you can't just like get your fry like to like scoop. You know, it's impossible. There's no way.
I mean, if you ever have chips with gelato as well, like you need to go to jail for a long time.
Oh my god, that sounds crazy. Especially because gelato is usually a lot more expensive. So like you're ruining a good gelato, you know. With like, what are you doing? Are you gonna go and get some gelato from like a stand and then go to Macca's and get chips? Like, is that what's happening right now? Like, what are you doing with your life?
Someone's getting called out. As here we go. Looks like Spirit going to be looking to play a little bit of a mind game, going for a Marine into a Reaper. Unfortunately, mind games. Wow, I was about to really say something mean. But sometimes against Protoss players, mind games don't work because they're impervious.
Sometimes you're a Protoss player and you have 3 strategies. Is that what you're saying? Is it something? Oh my god.
Okay, I'm not saying that this is the case for Nightmare, but sometimes mind games don't work if there is no mind.
Whoa!
No, but he did get a little bit unlucky that there was no probe scout hanging around to see that Marine. So the Reaper, it does get caught out.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the Terrans are in the chat, mate. You're all Hannibals. Did you see Colossal go? I'm on a sausage exclusive diet. Aye.
Jamie Oliver approved.
Jamie Oliver approved, mate. As we are getting into this game, it was a gas expand, if I'm not mistaken, here from Nightmare. He's getting into his 1-1-1. This is scouted, by the way, from Nightmare. It's from Spirit earlier. As we look into his vision, I believe he was able to catch that production.
Yeah, there we go. Just me having a couple of gates going down here for Nightmare. Nightmare definitely a bit more on the aggressive side. We saw it in the last game. Likes to get a lot done with Blinkstalkers, and there we go. We do see that 4th gate being thrown down, so it will be a 4-gate Blink build coming out from Nightmare, and it's going to be important for Spirit that he doesn't cut too early on his tanks. He's going to be going for an early mine drop here, so his tanks will be pretty heavily delayed.
They will be delayed here, and that's a little bit dangerous. We'll see if that mine drop is able to make up for it and able to deal that damage across the map. Meanwhile, I am distracted because I saw Emperor Fuble type dip the chip, and I read something else instead in the brain.
No, I don't get it.
Dip the tip. That's what That's what I read. That's
You're
all I
just seeing
can
what you
think.
want to see.
I'm on that sausage diet, mate. Oh my god. As we do see the drop moving out here for Spirit so far, unscattered, undeterred, is going to be looking to slip into the main base of Nightmare. Is he going to be able to react in time, Bobby?
Is he indeed? We see that extra Rex being thrown down, and wow, very greedy coming out from Spirit, actually going for a third CC before his extra Raxes, and he could get punished really heavily for this. This is not lining up very well with 4-gate Blink, but if he can get some damage here with the mine drops, that will make things a little bit easier.
Oh, yeah, here we go. The mines are drop on Nightmare. Does have eyes on this. Wooden Mine almost gets... Oh, he's waddling. He wants them. He's going to chase down the probes in the main. Show us the main.
I think he gets them.
Show us the main. Show.
Oh, we have a last-minute split there by Nightmare, so only 4 of those probes going to be going down.
There we go. 4 probes in total. 1 at the natural, 3 in the main base at the same time. Nightmare is going to be headed in towards the main of Spirit. He has his 4 gates. He has his Blink Stalkers. We are light in the defense here. And the longer he waits, the more time... Oh, we see a scan!
You don't know a fun Terran fact that makes me happy?
Favorite.
Unless the probes are mineral walking, the most you can get with 1 mine is 20.
Oh.
20, lad.
Why do you know this?
Because I've done it before.
You're an animal.
They left the game. It was funny.
Speaking of, we do have Nightmare just blinking past the bunkers and past...
Ooh.
Oh my god, the tank does end up sniping that Raven.
Yeah, we get the Raven. A couple of these Stalkers going to be going down here. One of them very low health as well. Nightmare recognizing as well that he does need to transition out of this, so getting a timely third base. And looks like the defense is going to be good for Spirit. He is going to be getting away with this 3cc. I kind of thought this was illegal. I didn't think you could get away with a 3cc versus 4-gate Blink, but he's doing it. He's doing it.
He's Terran, mate. You can do it all. You can... For free, Papi. The punish is not real. And unfortunately, we saw that Nightmare was just a little bit adverse to trying to get into the main base. We saw the defense of the National was just a little bit too powerful here. And maybe Nightmare missed his window, and Spirit has gotten away with quite a lot.
Yeah, there we go. The recall is forced on the Stalkers. Spirit just swerves on out of there and is going to be going up into the main.
Oh my god, yeah, he just Tokyo drifts his way off the cliff, and not quite far enough to get into that dead space. Will be cleaned up there by Nightmare.
Yeah, there we go. Going to have these 4 Stalkers just kind of skirting around the edge there, and we are...
What's wrong with
that
you?
prism into the main.
Mate, what was that?
What?
Okay.
It is Tokyo drifting, as you would say.
True. We're just adding sound effects now. We're evolving. We're growing as casters, you know? Or reverting. It's hard to say. As it is...
Say how you feel, lad. Tell me how you feel.
Very
This is a safe space.
Oh, no. So they have a prism slipping in towards the main base, slipping past the defenses, but this is spotted by Spirit. At the same time, the Blink Stalkers of Nightmare do move on forward, do catch some of these reinforcements, but was it worth it? We'll see as we get a massive warp into the main.
Yeah, massive warp in the main. Most importantly, Spirit does finish up that late stim. 3cc, of course, delays that by quite a lot, and it's very nice for him that the stim does time out with his defense here, but Nightmare's setting up to put a bit of pressure on this third with his Stalkers as well.
Yeah, he's waiting for an opportune moment where the tanks are maybe left unattended, but the tank shots just keep on going off. The tanks are looking quite exposed, but they are covering each other. Meanwhile, the Zelts of the main base are finally being cleaned up after getting 7 SCV kills.
Yeah, there we go. They are going to be cleaned up there in that main. Takes a while. God, Zelts are tanky.
Oh my god. Yeah, finally they get cleaned up behind this. Nightmare, he's expanding. He's going to be taking his 4th base on location. We have a robo. We have a 2nd robo. We got our Bay, and Colossus are on the way.
Yeah, Bay is with us. 2nd robo on the way. Twilight Archives on the way as well. So Nightmare getting into all of that juicy tech. We do see Spirit going to be gearing up for a bit of multi-prong as well, sending 1 drop into the main. It's a really nice way just to distract your opponent a little bit with the army at the front, get a bit of damage in the back, or maybe force them to react to that drop and take a more effective fight.
Juicy. As we do see Spirit getting scattered by this Observer in the middle of the map. I do think that maybe the Observer was a little bit too far towards the base of Nightmare, so he doesn't get too much of a heads up, but the self run by is going to be able to wreak a little bit of havoc there at the 3rd base of Spirit.
As, yeah, we do see his drop. He's going to be heading on into the main, does completely deny the mining. A few Stalkers going to be split off here for Nightmare, but without a battery, that might not even be enough, honestly.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if we get another eye on that. It looks like, okay, with the reinforcing Colossus, the drop in the main base is going to get cleaned up. Unfortunately, not going to be saved whatsoever. Meanwhile, Widowmine drop is headed towards the bases, the mineral lines here of Nightmare.
Yeah, there we go. Nightmare just splitting off 2 probes there, so he's going to be able to minimize the damage there. We did see a bit of depower in the main as well, and Spirit is going to be picking up his tanks, getting on out of there, sees those Colossus and realizes that he doesn't quite have the right tech here. This Stalker is going to be sacrificing itself to, help spot out these mines. Cute moves from Nightmare.
Yeah, definitely. Doing some friendly fire to kill those hidden Widow mines, not necessarily requiring any kind of detection. Meanwhile, we have a triple drop head towards the main base of Nightmare. He has been able to stabilize. It's been a pretty chaotic couple of moments here for both of our players, to be fair. Spirit is backing off. He's looking to try and take a more defensive position at the third base, but the drop is coming in, and do we have anything here to defend?
Yeah, huge drop coming into the main here. I'm not sure if Nightmare is going to want to recall here. It looks like no, he is just going to commit into the natural, and he has caught Spirit out of position.
Oh my god, exactly. Or has he? Because Spirit likewise is headed towards the top left-hand corner of the map. He's going for the base trade.
Yeah, Spirit doesn't opt to go back in and defend his natural. Actually sends his defending army across the map as well. That is crazy, but I think it was a good choice. I think it's going to pay off. We do see a couple of Zealots here are going to be working away at those SCVs. Oh, big disruptor shot, and Spirit definitely very fortunate to be looking there, but is he looking here again? Oh, he is.
Spirit, he's always looking, but we have 4 disruptors at the natural base. Novas are going to be going off. A lot of stims are going off as well. Overcharge will be keeping these units alive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Nightmare still has not broken into the main base of Spirit.
Yeah, there we go. Spirit looking for pylons and Nexi here. The probe's going to be getting on out of there. Disruptor's going to be committed again, but we do see that hot pickup. Disruptor's trying to buy as much time as they can. The tank's going to have to be slowly pushing their way up, and looks like Nightmare opting not to break the main. Does go for the recall back home, and that almost solidifies Spirit's position in this base trade.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Nightmare should be able to defend, though. Again, the Bio Army is looking a little bit exposed here. The tanks as well. We have the Blink on down towards the low ground. Novas are going to be going off as well, connecting with the army.
Yeah, big Novas there. Nightmare, though, he lost just about everything. He's down to 1 Nexus. He lost a lot of his production as well. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to repower that straight away. He's going to need to go straight across the map with this army, I think.
He really does. We have the 1 base Nightmare going up against the 1.5 base of Spirit here, and that 1 base that's up and running is a planetary. And this madman has orbitals. He can always just lift up and just take more bases. The power that he has of it, the tools even that he has available to him. So Nightmare's in a really difficult place here. What does he do?
Here you go, Spirit looking to set up more drops here. Is just trying to keep safe in his main. We even saw an EMP going down to take out the Observer to make sure that this wouldn't be spotted, but at the same time, there is just not much here for Nightmare at all. He is starting to get his economy back on track. Importantly, he kept a lot of his tech units as well, so he retains the complexity of his army.
Yeah, he's got 3 disruptors, he's got 2 colossi, he's got a couple of archons sprinkled in as well. I'm really curious to see how he can get damage done with the DTs. Dark Shrine is thrown down here. We do have 2 orbitals available for Spirit, but if he mules a little bit too hard, which he may be prone to do, he may leave himself vulnerable to the DTs.
Mule gently, Spirit. Gently.
Just caress the mineral line, Bapi. Oh my god. We'll see how hard he does mule, as we do see Spirit actually moving out with his army. Well, he himself, has a little bit of complexity as well. He's got, what, 4 ghosts there with his main force?
Yeah, he's got Marines, he's got Marauders. What else do you need?
True, they can all stem.
As we do see that income favoring Spirit pretty heavily at the moment, so doesn't need to be in too much of a rush to get anything done, but he would like to keep putting pressure on the economy of Nightmare. Just looking around for edge bases as well. He doesn't really know exactly what went down in that base trade, so there's definitely a possibility of some sneaky edge bases around the map here, and he is just going to be closing down that vision.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be just shutting that down. Meanwhile, it looks like Nightmare has taken note of the positioning of Spirit's army. He's going to try and meet up with it, try and catch it if possible. Meanwhile, here come the DTs, and the turrets aren't ready.
Yeah, turrets are not ready. We are going to be able to see a scan go down for this PF, even trapping it in with the SCV. So that will be dealt with, but this one in the main I'm a little bit more worried about.
Yeah, the one in the main is going to be going ham. I believe the third base hasn't been spotted yet by Nightmare. His main army is going to be moving on forward, but the drop is going to pull him back.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to need those EMPs from the Ghost just to help clean this up.
Oh boy, exactly. They're actually getting a lot of damage. A lot of add-ons are going to be going down as well. They're going to be able to swipe away the main army, but there we go. There are the EMPs to focus down the DTs.
Yeah, looks like he's just missing with those. Does manage to take out one of these. The second one does sneak on out of there. We do have a turret finally up at this PF, actually blocking the orbital here. So Nightmare just being a real pain with his DTs right now. We do see the EMP range going to be researched here for Spirit as well. And his army is starting to look quite a lot nicer. He is progressing along nicely and has a lot of map control at the same time.
He really is. I feel like the only chance here for Nightmare is if he catches the army split up. Well, as we say that, we do see a small portion here towards the northeast. If he's able to catch this unattended and unawares, then maybe he can just pick apart the army of Spirit.
Yeah, nice MP is going down, and Spirit once again threatening the base trade. He's going to be sending all his units straight across to that third Nightmare. He has pulled himself out of position here.
Yeah, he is not quite in position, as we do see DT coming in, but the EMPs immediately focus it down.
Yeah, there we go. Sheer battery overcharge has been committed there. There is an observer on top of this army, so we will be able to see where that's going, but Spirit, he has good sense here to get on out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't want to get collapsed upon, as we do have now 4 Colossi with the main army of Nightmare. A lot of damage potential. EMPs do connect with the Stalkers.
Yeah, one of those Vikings going down as well. So Spirit with 4 Stalkers, Colossus out here. It is going to be a little bit difficult to take a straight up fight. If he can sandwich in between these two armies, that could be quite effective, but looks like he's going to be looking more to just multi-prong, take out bases, take out the economy wherever he can. A little bit of an overextension from Nightmare, going to be losing a lot of these Stalkers, might even lose this Archon.
Yeah, if he's not too careful, but in the end, it looks like, oh no! He gets a medevac. I thought he was going to go for the Ghost. Instead, the Ghost barely do survive. A second force is going to be coming in here from Spirit, and I don't think that Nightmare has his army split up quite well enough. Oh, never mind, the Disruptors are ready.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried here for Spirit. It does look like he took out one of those shield batteries. He does have the potential, yeah, very close to taking out his own Stalkers there with the Novas. I don't want to see him take those Disruptors too far forward. Doesn't want to expose them because Spirit does have enough there to jump on top of them.
Yeah, you don't want your balls out there for all to see, mate. You want them kept back at home. Meanwhile, here we go, the army. A nice concave here for Spirit. He's going to be able to try and dive on top of these Colossi.
Yeah, Spirit wants these Colossi. He's going to be jumping straight on top of them, but most of these Marauders going down, so there really isn't much left. The Viking going to be going down as well. Does have 2 more Vikings on the way, so Nightmare going to have to get on out of there. Doesn't have much that shoots up here as Spirit prepares a drop into the main.
Exactly. Nightmare only lost a single Colossi for a vast amount of bio there, but Spirit has the economy to rebuild. He goes for a massive Doom Drop into the main base, and Nightmare's going to make a choice. Does he commit once again to a base trade?
Yeah, it looks like that is going to be the choice. We do see his base going to be given up here. These 3 Colossus are definitely going to be a problem to deal with.
They really will, but the entire main base of Nightmare is completely forfeit. His production, his tech. Meanwhile, he himself is going to be going in towards the natural and main of Spirit as well.
Yeah, there we go. Spirit desperate to get some Vikings and Marauders out to help deal with these Colossus. Disruptor's going to be committed. Oh, huge Disruptor shots there. Big Nova on all the army, but the second one not quite getting the job done. We are going to be seeing one of those Colossus going down. A second Colossus just about to go down here, and if those last Colossus go down, I think that will be it for Nightmare's hopes in this game. It is really coming down to the wire.
There we go. 1 Colossus survives, but that is not going to be enough. The jump across the map still absolutely insane. The DTs are always still a threat here. Don't get us wrong, but at the same time, there's just no way. The focus fire.
Yeah, just walks a little bit too far forward with the Disruptors and Colossus, maybe just a little bit distracted by what was happening back on his base. We do see him taking his hands off the keyboard here. He does realize that this is just about the end of things, but he did get very close here.
GG gets called, and Spirits with the power of winter is able to take game 2 and the series 2-0.
We go. He definitely got close enough to amuse Spirit there. Pretty wild second game going down, but in the end, it will be recorded as a 2-0 here.
Yeah, exactly. As you were saying, very close and very chaotic games. I do think that both these players were pretty well matched up to each other, but especially that first game, it felt like, yeah, Nightmare was lacking a little bit, maybe wasn't quite warmed up. We saw a much cleaner, I want to say cleaner defense from Nightmare to all the drop play and all the harassment in the second game, but the constant base trades, Spirit just came out on top.
Yeah, Spirit's decision making with his army movement was spectacular that game. It felt like he was always in the right position. He base traded when he needed to base trade. He dropped back when he needed to drop back. Never really exposed his army to the Colossus, except when it was a favorable fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with that, congratulations to Spirit, congratulations to KaiZi for having a strong start to this series. But I am excited because we are going to continue with another TVP. And to end things off, we didn't even get to notice it, but for the first time in a long time, maybe even the first time this season, Ryung, he's here.
Ryung. He comes fresh off his star appearance on Beyond Stream that I missed out on because I was casting and I'm still a little bit
You watched it? What do you mean? You watched it?
I didn't get to see any of the games.
Yeah, that's not important. You saw the doggo.
I don't care about the doggo.
Whoa.
I want to see Mario click on things.
Watch him click on the doggo.
If he clicks on the doggo too much, it explodes. I'll never forget Berlingrad.
Smooch, puppy, smooch.
You know, the one thing I am sad about is when those maps first came out, I was predicting that someone as like a BM move would have an observer in someone else's base and kill their dog, and I never really saw it happen. I thought that would have been really funny.
That's messed up. Oh my god.
Because like some people kill the dog in their own base, but some people would leave it there the whole game, and then they'd just look back and they'd see it just explode, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, how do you have vision of that?" Or if he scanned someone's main and then killed their dog.
Oh, you should have made this a challenge to some of the pro players, mate. Oh my god, I can't believe we never saw that. Wow. Probably for good reason.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty.
That's pretty evil.
Yeah. A little bit unhinged.
As here we go, we are having time coming fresh off his ESL career win. Is going to be looking to take on Prince.
Yeah, exactly. Earlier today, myself and Yaku of the Zaku were able to cast ESL Open Cup Asia. We actually were able to cover Time's run from the very first round all the way to the grand finals, and he was on fire, Papi. Oh my god, especially when it came to TVZ. He took down Rex, Dark, and Solar in very convincing fashion. But this is not that matchup. Not at all.
Yeah, against the odds, taking out the stronger race.
The weak race, yeah.
No.
Weak race, yeah.
Look. I'm tired. I misspoke. Let's forget it ever happened. As we do have Prince here taking on at Time. Prince is a bit of a different Protoss. He has some wild, aggressive strategies.
Oh yeah, he is wild. Infamously, he is known as the player to cannon rush some top tier players, some pretty important players at that, in this matchup against the Terran. So he's quite dirty, but I feel like everyone knows this about him. Everyone knows. So you got to be coming in prepared, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that does open up the possibility for fake cannon rushes. But anyway, here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map for Team GP. This is Prince.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice representing KaiZi Gaming, it is Time.
Have you had enough time puns today? Or do you want some more?
We just stop. It wasn't even time puns. It's just this happens constantly with when casting old mate Paynan. Both Yaku and I, we just have to come up with different ways to just not say his name, because otherwise the word loses all meaning. Like
say my name when no one is around you.
Say, baby, I love you. Come on, say my name. Say my name. Mate, we
Beautiful.
need to go karaoke one of these days. Okay,
It's so expensive in Melbourne.
yeah, find like a good place, like a cheap good place. You know.
I don't know if that exists. I think you just need the old SingStar, to be honest.
True, yo, we whip out the old PS2, we plug in the SingStar, me, you, and Chappie, mate. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
let's go.
Yeah.
As we do see this CC not going to be delayed here, so time kind of getting the best of this little skirmish here between the two players. He's going to have that Reaper out pretty soon there. Looks like Prince knows his timings and gets on out of there. I've never seen someone put a pylon there.
Yeah, very interesting pylon positioning there from Prince. Again, a little bit unorthodox, as oh my god, he comes back in with the Premier. What's it? Oh, he doesn't get it.
That was terrifying.
Just comes out of the darkness.
We want the light.
Once the light, Poppy, save me, protect me. As we even see, bit of a 1-1-1. Oh my god, we have a robo opening from Prince. Am I crazy, or did he already throw down the Twilight Council? Am I blind?
Hey, it's a robo opening.
Oh my god.
But will he have a unit out in time to defend?
Oh!
Say my name, say my name.
I see what you did there. Ah! As the adept comes back in time, and he shuts down that building SCV, delaying the CC.
When no one is around you, say, baby, I love
you. Oh my god. He's gonna get it again! Oh my god. He's crazy.
He is crazy. As we do see his Reaper dipping in for that scout, he's going to be seeing the Reaper. He's going to be seeing that it is just one gate that Prince is operating with so far. This is a pretty hefty delay here on that CC as well. He's going to have to be careful. With the Adept out of the way here, he might be able to just try to sneak that last little bit of build time out. Yeah,
and I'm a little bit perplexed as to what the build that Prince is going for here, because just to kind of bring things into perspective, when we see a robo opener, I assumed he was going to go into a fast Bay. I thought he was going to go into like a fast Colossus or a fast Disruptor or something of that nature. But he is going for some vanilla gateway aggression, but he's only got 2 gates, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it even 1? It's 2, right?
I think it's just 1.
Oh my god. Like what? It's so peculiar, right? Because he's not going to have that many units. He shouldn't have that many units.
Oh, it is 2.
Yeah, 2 gates. Yeah, like 2 gate prism aggression. With a fast third behind it.
It's kind of weird. I mean, like, the thing is, it's really risky. If he loses this prism...
Yeah, it's over.
He has no tech behind this.
Yeah, it's actually over. Like, it is so important that he keeps this prism alive, that he's so safe with it. But there's a cyclone out there looking to hunt it down. The prism is making its way towards that natural base. He's gonna be able to get another warp in of 2 units here. I expect just 1 unit.
Yeah, so I just be filling up that prism, trying to look for the one-shot potential on the probes here, but the cyclone is sharking.
Cyclone is sharking here. It looks like a lock-on was wasted on one of those gateway units. So far, trading not too bad against the army of time.
Yeah, we just see his stocks again kind of low. Time a little bit unfortunate there not to get the lock-on on the warp prism. So pretty good trades coming out there from Prince. Most importantly, keeps time at home. Puts a bit of damage on his units, especially the Marines. And he's going to be sending out this observer just to get a bit of a scout. This is a very greedy opener coming out here from Prince. And it is starting to look like he's gotten away with it.
Yeah, there we go. The Bay has been thrown down. We have our first Colossi on the way. And with this Colossi, we are safe against the majority of any kind of bioaggression from the Terran player. So, yeah, Prince with an opener that honestly I don't think I've seen before is going to be able to handle himself quite well.
Ow. Down goes that observer. And, oh, very interesting. We're actually going to be seeing a double drop with a cyclone in there. That's not something you see every day. Time going to be heading out across the map with that. Looks like Prince does have some map vision in the center of the map. He is going to be spotting that as well.
Oh, and there we go. As soon as he spots the drop, he goes for the recall from that prism. He needs it at home to defend. And it looks like he should be able to get here in time. And there we go. There is that Colossi.
Yes, of course, he's going to be in position. We do see a quick drop and get on out of there from Time. He's going to be able to skirt down on this low ground. We see the probe there for a little bit of vision. He's going to be spotting out where this army is. And Time, once again, looking to threaten the main. He just wants to dodge out that Colossus. And yeah, looks like he has kind of sent Prince around the ringer here. Is going to be able to get set up in the main.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, he doubles back in over as well. Where's the lock on? That Prism does take a lot of damage there, but he is able to juggle that Colossus.
Yeah, no blink, of course. So now that Time has recognized the lack of blink, he can really start to abuse that with drop and harassment-based player.
He really can. And so far he's doing just that. He's going to try and get eyes on this third base. Now for the first time, just recognize that it is already up and running. Meanwhile, once again, the Prism! Oh, it just raised a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, nice focus fire of the Marines is going to be taking out the Prism. Looks like a total of 6 Marines going down for Time for a Prism, for a little bit of wasted time here and there. Does get a lot of scouting done, and he's going to be moving out with these tanks with combat shields on the way, almost finished up, and there we go.
Oh, I saw what you did there.
Yeah,
as we do see Time pushing up this ramp over towards the fourth base, would-be fourth base location. Colossi do meet the army, though, and do get a couple of swipes off. Unfortunate positioning there on that tank, and it is going to take a couple of hits before Time picks it up.
Yeah, big first splash there, but doesn't really get any hull damage on the Colossus here. We do have a third Colossus on the way. Those upgrades get started. I love this nice early addition of Vikings. This is a very nice thing that you can do when you have a Colossus with a low gateway count, is just go early into those Vikings.
There's no reason not to. Meanwhile, the Zealot Rumbai gets completely caught out here. Only 2 Zealots. 1 Zealot surviving the onslaught. Ay. So a bit of a wasted warp in. Meanwhile, Time is looking for a way up this ramp desperately. Isn't going to be able to do so, but does get some tank shots off.
Yeah, there we go. The Vikings getting some volleys off on those Colossus as well. So Prince really being punished here for such a low gateway count as well.
Yeah, and we see another scan on that observer. It does go down. Time taking control of the center of the map. Prince once again looking to try and go for another Zealot Rumbai, but he just keeps getting caught out.
Yeah, Time is all over these Zealot Rumbais. He is just stuffing Prince back into his base here. And with these 4 tanks now, as well as the extra Vikings, he can definitely start to look to push on these Colossus. We should have a third Colossus out here by Prince, but it's just not being allowed to move across the map.
Yeah, exactly. No way across. Instead, Time goes for a 4th base in the top left-hand corner of the map. A bit of a peculiar location, but it is off towards the side, and there's no real way for Time to really get eyes on it anytime soon, as Time does back on off. And yeah, he's going to be able to allow Prince to get that base up.
Yeah, we see his Marine Cyclone hit squad being sent out once again. Looks like Time's going to be splitting up his army. Good way to play against the Colossus, but we see a lot of Zealots on the way from Prince. Good quick reactions from Time. He's going to be able to drop down to the rest of his army.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have any medevacs here with this force, so the majority of the army is going to go down here. He does fall back to the safety of these tanks, but more importantly, this does draw back the drop that was about to scout the 4th base.
Yeah, there we go. A lot of Zealots going down, though, so pretty nice trades coming out here from Time. Does find himself with a bit of a supply lead.
Oh, that he does. 3rd base fully operational. Liberators are being mixed in as well. I love the fast libs. You don't see this often enough, and especially against a heavy robo composition like this. It is going to work wonders. 2nd robo, I think, was just thrown down, or maybe I am seeing things. I could be blind. Still no disruptors, though. Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does with his libs as well. I think they'll be best served as used as a mineral harass, just to go into the back of the mineral lines while all these stalkers are being committed to the front, especially since I think he recognizes that Blink wasn't researched, but yeah, 2 Colossus going down. That is absolutely huge.
Yeah, a little bit of miscontrol there, a little bit of mispathing from Prince. He loses 2 Colossus immediately. Meanwhile, we do have a Zealot Rumbai coming in towards the path of freedom zones of those Liberators.
Yeah, a lot of freedom here for those Zealots. They do look for the other mineral line. They are going to get it, but there's enough bio here. The bio actually dragging the Zealots into the liberation zone. I love how Time has this defense set up.
Yeah, exactly. If you won't let the freedom come
That's
to
really
you, he brings it to him anyway. 4th base goes down. We have a greedy 5th hidden up towards the 12 o'clock position of the map, and it looks like Prince is going to get away with it.
Man, Time is on one today. He is all over every move that Prince is trying to make here. Oh, except for that one. Oh, no.
Asher, stop complimenting Terrence. just say they're dying, puppy. Say they're dying. As a Nova goes off, catching time off guard in the middle of the map, and suddenly Prince is still in this. The disruptor count is getting higher and higher, making 2 disruptors at a time, and just like that, at any moment, suddenly the fight can swing in his favor.
I mean, it just goes without saying that Terran's dying at all times. It's just that Time is doing it elegantly.
He's looking so good while he's dying.
Exactly.
As we do see the tanks just moving on forward. Jesus, there are just so many tanks available here for Time. Once again, the Vikings getting a lot of volleys off on those Colossi.
Yeah, these Vikings and tanks are starting to get into the kind of count where there's really not that much that can be done about them. I love this counterattack. The Liberator's not really going to be able to clean these up too quickly, and it looks like every SUV going to be going down.
Oh my god, 18 SUVs do end up falling, but Time is looking to break in towards the natural base of Prince. Actually, no, he bypasses the base, he covers it with his tanks and his libs, and he goes for the third.
Oh, that recall was much too late. Looks like Prince realizes that he's going to need to pull the trigger, but honestly, the damage has already been done, and these tanks are just completely blocking off this ramp.
Yeah, the ramp is no man's zone. You cannot step foot there if you are Protoss, and Prince is knocked down to 3 bases. He still has the 12 o'clock base. Here we go. The Novas are going to be going off. Nice dodge there so far, and he's going to try and break the contain.
Yeah, there we go. Actually does break through with the help of those Zealots, and we have ourselves, with that sneaky base up to the north, somewhat of an even game. There are still a lot more bases for Time, so he does have a bit of a lead there. He still has a decent medevac count, but the tank count has been completely reset.
It really has. Again, that was a very key moment for Prince when he was able to push down that ramp and clean up all those tanks. And I do worry a little bit for Time because he may think he's a little bit further ahead than he really is. And Prince is getting away with murder with that ninja base. We do see that he's even going to be taking up and switching into DTs.
Yeah, there we go. So maybe a little bit of a desperation move, realizing that he's behind. Might want to look for a big run by those DTs. But yeah, it looks like Time realizes if you're still in this game, there has to be a reason. Does spot out that base to the north. With that being spotted as well, I love that he's going to drop the main instead, because that's kind of the last place that you would expect the army to be.
Exactly, but at the same time, Time's army is moving throughout the center of the map. One of these tanks is looking quite exposed. Actually, 2 ships pass in the night. The armies avoid each other.
Yeah, there we go. And there's the Archon Colossus force. He's going to be getting on in there. We do see the battery overcharge with the Zealots. That one Zealot going to be quite a task to take down for 3 medevacs full of bio. And we do see the pylons being focused down once it does go down.
Man, we're entering into base trade territory once again. The ninja base has gone down. Meanwhile, Time actually turns around with his main force. He's going to try and catch these Colossi, but he strays a little bit too far from the pack.
Yeah, almost catches out those Colossus. Would have been a huge pick off there, but Nightmare too fast, too smart for that. It does look like Time going to be taking out this first Nexus. Going to be heading on in to the third as well. We do see the tank set up in a very good spot here, and the Colossus don't really want to stack up going on this ramp and get taken out by them, but Time is set up on the low ground.
He is set up. He's looking for the sandwich, for the surround. Prince is going to back the hell out of here. I think he recognizes the danger that he is in, and he doesn't want to throw anything away. He's stuck between a planetary and an army, and he goes for the recall.
Recall will be committed. Disruptor's heading on up. Is Time watching. He will be losing a couple of his units. Almost taking out the gateway. There is Prince, but looks like this base to the north was taken out at the same time, and it does look like Time is gearing up for a massive push down the middle, and I think he might just have what he needs to get this done.
Yeah, he may just have enough. It does kind of depend still on those disruptors. A lot of them were able to survive. A lot of them were recalled. Meanwhile, Prism almost gets sniped here. Does spot the main army. Prince is going to be getting in position.
Time going to be wrapping around, seeing if he can get up this ramp. Doesn't really want to be pushing through a choke here. Great scan there. Is going to be spotting where the army is, and that means he can commit over to this third.
The Prism once again is going to get caught out and sniped out of the skies. The tanks are being sieged up as well, laying siege upon this third base, and Prince is going to look for a way to engage. He doesn't have to, though. He does have that ninja base up and running once again.
Yeah, there we go. The DTs are finally going to be committed. Looks like he's going to be splitting one off into each base, but the fight is going down now. Big disruption shots are going to be going off on the tanks, but we have a massive surround, and Time going to be stuttering forward with this surround. This is a beautiful skill some of the top Terrans have to be able to keep the concave while stuttering forward.
Yeah, you see it in the camera. Prince with a bit of a sigh there. Time is too fast, too furious. He dives on top of the army. GG gets called, and Time takes game number 1.
Time is inevitable. We can see he is absolutely exhausted with that one. That is the face of a Terran if I've ever seen one. Holy crap.
You're like, it's like I'm looking in a mirror,
no.
Bobby. Oh my god.
The pain of having a Protoss dead for the past 10 minutes and just like the stress that you're going to throw it away on one disruption shot.
Yeah. It's something that I'm sure many can relate to there. And at least Time does take the game. It was hard fought, don't get us wrong. Again, the ninja base was insane. The DTs were dealing some harassing damage as well. We had a pseudo base trade take place. A lot of chaos there in not just this match, but in a lot of our TVPs tonight.
Yeah, so Time does get that done. It did do a little bit of emotional damage in the end, but does look like he's going to be gearing up to take the 2-0, hopefully, and get KaiZi the win in this matchup. But Prince, he does have some nasty strategies, and being one down and getting to pick the map, I'm going to predict right here, right now, he's going to pick Moondance.
Oh, I want to see the Moondance, mate. I want to see the Forge. I want to see the Team GP maneuver, Papi, where game 1 is something, a little bit more standard, a little bit, I say standard, but the opener was actually crazy, if you remember.
Oh,
there it is!
Yeah, there we go.
Let's go, Papi, let's go.
A good cannon rush map, Papi. I'm scared.
But Time has to know, right? There's no way the Terrans out there never heard. Everyone felt the disruption in the Force, the disturbance in the Force when Maru cried out in pain.
I don't remember what map that was on too. I think it might have been like Oxide or something. I feel like it was a little while ago. But anyway, we do have, this map gearing on up. Everything lining up for a cannon rush, I have to say, but maybe that's a little bit too predictable. Maybe Prince has something else in store. I have to tell you that I have, you know how an earworm is like when you have like a song stuck in your head?
Yeah, like
Yeah. I have like a brain worm. Like I've got this idea that's just been stuck in my head for the entire cast. Ever since I heard Time, I've got like Hans Zimmer's Time stuck in my head. Do you know the song?
No.
Okay. Well, then that's the end of that.
Sing it for me.
It's instrumental.
Sing it for me. Oh, you mean the Inception music? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hang on.
So the entire time you've just been hearing like ship horns in the back of your mind. You've just been hearing Inception music.
Yeah, that's what's happening in my brain right now. I just wanted you to know.
If I ever needed confirmation that Terran need help, okay? Terrans out there. If you're out there and if you know a Terran, reach out, ask them if they're okay. And make sure that they're not smurging too hard on the ladder. Make sure that they're, they have the help, the support that they need when they get cannon rushed on Moondance.
Mate, Terrans, they're just like animals. They just need to be fed. You just need to give them their favorite toys. You need to give them a 2-on-1. Let them just stim all over those lings, get some nice free wins, show them an SC2 full sausage once or twice. And you just got to keep your Terrans well fed, Sims,
Yeah. If you don't, they just get stuck in a pool and die.
Otherwise, they'll just be trapped in their own house. And
oh my god, they need a solid like MIG stream, at least once every 2 days, just to get it out of their system,
It's kind of like you have this happiness bar. It's not really happiness.
Yeah.
I guess the most appropriate thing would be a copium bar.
So
you have this bar for like how much cope that you have left, how much you can take.
Yeah.
And that gets lower and lower and lower. And once it gets towards the bottom, that's when you see a horrible, horrible disruptor shot hit a huge amount of Terran. But then you get on the call with all the boys, all the Terran boys, and it goes all the way back up when you're all like, Protoss is broken, smooch, smooch, smooch. Anyway, here we go. Team GP's Prince in the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
And in the top left-hand corner, representing Team KaiZi Gaming, it is time. Burn.
Where?
What is wrong with you? I also, we're making jokes and we're having fun, but just to I need to Fanaro you a little bit and confirm to everyone in the chat, as we don't have a forge. Asher does indeed have his like Terran Copium group that he goes to every night, and they do like have like this little. It's not even a therapy session. It's like
no, it's just bullying pairs.
Yeah. It's like a group. It's like the group gets together and they bully Protoss out of game because they can't do it in game, and it just feels good. Oh my god.
It does. You're right. We just talk about how broken Zerg is, how insane queens are. How Terran can't win. Imba world. Where.
It's one of the infamous, and there's many of them out there. There's many little outposts, little enclaves of Terran echo chambers.
Beautiful.
And I stay the hell out of there. It is not a safe place to be. Oh my god.
I can't really argue with that. But anyway, we do see it's just going to be a gateway coming out from Prince, so no cannon rush this time. We are going to be getting the double gas out of time. Sends that Reaper straight across the map. Should be expecting to see a high ground CC going down pretty soon as well.
Yeah, there we go. We should be seeing that CC thrown down. Just a little bit of Mind Games coming out. There we go. CC on location in the main, not at the natural. And yeah, Prince, despite picking this map, didn't go for any kind of early game crazy shenanigans. No Forge, no Proxy Stargate, nothing.
There we go. Time goes for the knocking on the door maneuver, where you shoot that pylon until a unit shows up. He's going to be spotting out that Adept, and he's going to be going for a mine drop here as well. So this has become an extremely standard build in the meta. Mario's kind of shown all us Terrans the way, and who are we to argue? We will, just go for this build all together as the hive mind that we are.
Yes, there we go. All apes together strong, if you will. As we do see a Twilight Council follow-up by Prince, kind of what we should expect to be seeing on one of these smaller maps. Ooh, we have a third gateway being thrown down, though.
Yeah, this is feeling like a 4 gate, but actually we see charge being started up. So it might be a few more than 4 gates.
Oh, yeah. Keep an eye on the gas can in the main base. Is he going to pull out? There we go. There is the 4th gate. And we should be seeing a 5th and a 6th. Oh. Brr.
Brr. In a world. We do have time. It is going to be loading up with a Marine Force and this mine as well. So this is something that I've seen quite a few Terrans mixing in. Instead of going for the 2 mine drop, you can use this on maps such as Moondance. And what you can do here is just put the mine on the ramp in between the 2 bases and drop on whichever side the units are on.
Oh boy, and we'll see which one he goes for, as we do see the drop headed towards the main base here. Actually going to be going to target down this pylon.
That's very cute. I love this. Is it going to be going for that move to target down the pylon? One of those gates going to be targeted, but this is a little bit of a ruse here. Time is going to need everything that he can back home, and I just don't think he has anywhere near enough units to deal with what's coming his way.
Ooh, I mean, a lot of Adepts. He forces a warp in back at home. I feel like this is pretty crucial here, so there won't be anywhere near as many units across the map. 4 Zealots, but only 4.
Yeah, that's huge. The Zealots are going to be dropped right on top of the units here. Looks like there is going to be a bit of pickup micro from Prince as well, but a lot of these Zealots going down, and oh my goodness, he saves the tank. Despair from Prince.
Mate, the mass around, the hug of life from the SCVs keep the tank alive. Finally, we have another warping across the map. Bearing in mind, there's only 3, not 4, because one of those gateways is still depowered. And these Zealots, they aren't going to deal anywhere near enough damage.
Man, Time, he liked that surround on the tanks there. He felt good about that one. That'll keep him going for a few more days.
That's going to keep him firm and erect. As we do see, the natural base going to be cleaned up here, going to force the zealots out.
Why did you say that?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the Terrans out there, okay? I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Okay. As we do have these zealots going to be elevated into the main here. Looks like Time has had enough time to set up a little bit of Sim City here. I really like this depot placement, creating a choke here. This is, that's actually sick. I'm stealing that. That's amazing.
Oh my
As he's
God.
going to use the tank and the depot just to funnel these zealots in there. That's so nice.
Oh my God, that is insane. As it looks like the Vikings going to get a couple more shots off here on that War Prism. It looks like another War Prism is going to get in there. The tank comes out just in time.
Yeah, Time got to be a little bit careful not to overcommit trying to take out that War Prism. There we go. The War Prism is going to be going down. Looks like the micro around the tank is going to be good. We do even have a pickup chasing down these Stalkers. Mate, Time is absolutely on one today. This was beautiful defense.
Exactly, mate. I tell you, mate, you were on copium when in the pre-show Asher was like, mate, nah, none of the Terrans are gonna win tonight. Watch, Papi, watch. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, 100% win rate, mate. Spirit takes it, Time as well, styling on Prince. And we can already see here in the cameras as well, Prince recognizing how far behind he is.
Trying to get in your head. Like, I feel like you're going to be, just sitting at home. You're going to be having a shower or something. You're just going to hear me, like, just in the back of your head, like, Terran's not strong enough. They're going to lose every single game. Time, he can't beat any Protoss. Protoss win every PvT.
You're copium, Papi. Oh my God. What's the opposite of subliminal messaging? Like, what is that? Where we just overt about everything. Oh my God. But alas, we do see Prince is fighting his heart out right now. He's looking for a way back in this game. We do see a couple of Stalkers moving out across the map. They're going to be able to get one Stalker, I suppose, but is that a drop I see moving out from Time?
Yeah, it looks like Time going to be trying to look to put on a little bit of pressure, maybe force some war pins back at home as well. Prince is going to be getting up into that third base. We see the Raven going out for some harass as well as the Liberator. So Time going to put some light multi-prong pressure on here.
Yeah, he is. Meanwhile, Prince is trying to get into some splash damage. He desperately needs it. It is going to be Storm here, not Colossi yet, going into those bays as the Stalkers are going to be forced back. Ooh, the Liberator is spotted by that probe.
Oh, the vengeance. That was just mean. Time's like, screw this probe in particular.
It's like if Prince didn't spot the Liberator now he definitely knows it's there. Or at least he should. As he does.
Forget.
He'll never forget, but we have two more Autotarts here at the natural base as well. Oh my God, no reaction there. The probes are not pulled.
Yeah, no pull from Prince, and 9 probes going to be going down.
The target fire from Time was insane there. Look at the production tab. Oh my God. I thought, oh my God, that's crazy.
TVP moment. Actual TVP moment. It's like the video of the guy that's like spamming all the buttons as fast as he can, and there's like sweat pouring off him, and it's like,
That's exactly what's happening. Yeah. Time, he is just working his heart out right now to try and go for that finishing blow. We do see a bit of a drop. Oh, actually going to be focusing down, and is he going to be able to get the Cyber Core?
Yeah, there's a lot of damage going down on the Cyber Core. We are having a recall committed. We have harassment units going this way, that way, everywhere. He is going to be jumping in on the third here. Time is absolutely pulling him apart right now. He is in here with a vengeance. He says, how dare you warp zealots into my base?
Mate, the quad-pronged attack. We have the drop focusing on the Cyber Core. We had the turret in the natural. We had a drop towards the third base and the Liberator in the main. It all gets cleaned up. 10 workers do go down. Prince finally getting a little bit of room to breathe here. But again, that was not even Time's final four.
There we go. The Cyber Core does go down. We see him once again dropping with this 8 Marines, and Time is absolutely relentless this game.
Mate, he just comes back again with the second drop as well. He's going to be focusing down the Nexus, and he is forcing Prince all in. He has had enough. He is moving across the map right now. He wants to end the game one way or another with one fell swoop.
Wow, I love this setup with all the mines sat behind the bunkers. Every single Zealot goes down. We see a massive storm drop coming out, but that will be that, and Time taking the victory. And He looks a little bit more satisfied with this one.
Yeah, GG, a lot more in control of that game. Does take the 2-0 victory there and gets a nice little, or again, does confirm the win for KaiZi Gaming.
Yeah, there we go. He's going to get that win. KaiZi getting that 4-0 victory over Team GP. Absolutely crucial win there. Should really be helping them try to cement their spot in the playoffs of this tournament with 2 weeks left to go.
Oh boy, yes. Exactly. Only 2 weeks remaining here. These wins matter that much more. But likewise, it also matters to Team GP to get the best score they can. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing here, because so far we've got a 100% win rate with Terran and Ryung. He's coming out, mate.
Yeah, I think Reynor's the favorite heal.
Reynor, he's not a bad player, don't get me wrong. He's also looking quite in form, but oh, look at this man right now. Pointing into our souls.
Pointing at me. He's like, you are the next Terran Bonjour. I believe in you. So there we go. We see this huge hexagon coming out from Reynor. 10 in offense, 10 in macro.
Oh, yeah, quite a big hexagon there from Reynor. Again, one of the best players in the world. One of the best Zerg players in the world here. It's going to be a bit of a tough ask for Ryung, especially off of Ryung having a hard time in the Super Tournament. To be fair, I felt wanting after that event. I don't know about you, but Ryung, he went for some very prepared builds, some all-in, some specific timings. We didn't really get to see his more normal standard macro play.
Yeah, I think that's something we see a lot out of Ryung, though. He does go for some pretty weird builds. I know a lot of the time he goes for these blue flame bio builds or bio builds into 4-fac really early. It is something that he's played around with a lot, and especially against a stronger Zerg, I wouldn't be too surprised to see him going for something a little out of left field.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either. We shall see. Meanwhile, as we get ready for our final matchup of the evening, I want to give a massive shout out to Colossal Gulp in the chat for gifting a tier 1 sub to Smile. Gracias, papi. Gracias. We do appreciate the Terran on Terran action happening here in the chat. Speaking of Terrans and speaking of sausages that we were earlier, massive shout out to SE2 Fool as well for giving us a raid.
Yeah, he puts that raid in us.
What do you say?
And we say thank you.
Yeah, I know you'd want to. Yeah, there it is in the chat. Asher, you have my blessing to just whip that sausage out there as well. Get them SE2 fools showing big and proud. You're all animals. You're all animals. Oh my god.
I don't know how that's still on Twitch. I have no idea how that got approved.
Oh my god. Shaking my head. As we are, of course, going to be getting ready for our final matchup. You say, Reynor's the favorite, and I would have to agree, but we have both bore witness to Ryung at full power. To Ryung when he's all across the map going for his own multi-prong aggression. I do worry, though. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think in the Super Tournament on Day to See, did he attempt to play mech? Am I crazy?
I can't even remember. I just let it out of my memory, but that does sound like something he might have done, especially on Data C. But yeah, a Ryung at full mast, something to behold. He did show his skills against Dark recently in one of the ESL Cups, and I would love to see the return of that more standard bio play because he did it extremely effectively.
He really did. That's what I want to be seeing here from our player in the bottom left-hand corner representing Team GP. It is Ryung.
And in the top right-hand corner of the map playing Zerg, this is, for Team KaiZi, Reynor.
Oh boy, again, Ryung can sometimes be a little bit hit and miss with what he feels comfortable with. Meanwhile, oh my god, is that for a moment there, I thought Reynor had a hoodie on, but that's just his hair.
It's just a floating head.
That's just very
can't-
floofy.
I can't see this body.
How is his hair defying gravity? It's just
Yeah, that is. Maybe he went for the Clem hairstyle. He saw how well Clem was doing, and he's like, I gotta get me some of that.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, mate, check out Ryung. Very well kept. You know, he's maybe a little bit of product, maybe just combing it. Looks good.
Like a university tutor.
Yeah. He's gonna show us. He's gonna lecture us on how to play TVZ, on how not to smooch.
This is the way. This is how you get the 10 mindset.
It's a pull first, by the way. Oh my god, as Reynor opening with a pull first and committing to the initial 6 lings. Oh my.
Yeah, there we go. So just trying to put a little bit of pressure on here. I have to think that Reynor realizes he's probably going to be the faster player out of the two and does want to cause a bit of chaos in this game, start to get the momentum in his favor from the get-go.
Oh boy, and yeah, here we go. The 6 things are rushing across that. But only 6 things, but regardless, his goal here is to try and delay and maybe even deny the CC on the low ground. Ryung is going to be moving out with his Reaper and unfortunately is going to be missing these lings as he did not go for an SCV scout.
Yeah, we got a little bit of the slow ling action coming on in here. I'm going to be jumping right on top of the SCV. Nice quick reaction coming out from Ryung. He's going to be saving that. He is going to be saving that Reaper at the front there as well. But this damage is going to be starting to go down, and that does force the SCVs to be pulled.
Yeah, and how good is the micro? How many SCVs are going to be going down here as the Marines do dive on top of this as well? The SCVs are pulled back, but one will go down.
Yeah, one SCV going down for the 3 lings. A lot of mining time being, build time being denied as well. So not a bad little start here for Reynor.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's not the biggest of deals, but of course it is damage nonetheless. As Ryung is going to be opening up with a 3cc opener.
Beautiful.
Oh,
asking you shall receive.
I know. Exactly. I don't want no clown builds, Papi. Stop it. So far it's looking like 3cc Banshee, but we'll see. We'll see if there's going to be an add-on switch. We'll see if he even opts to go for a BC behind it instead.
Yeah, there we go. We do see the extra gas being thrown down here. So no quick third gas just yet. He's going to be getting those Hellions nice and early just to make sure that he's safe from any extra lings, considering it was a pull first. Makes sense. And it does look like we are going to be transitioning into a pretty standard macro game coming out from Ryung. So especially on a larger map like this, I do love this choice.
Ooh, and he's going to be going for a Viking first. Interesting. So he's going to be focusing on getting rid of some of that scouting information here, and this leads me to believe he may have something to hide. Maybe. I'm scared, Papi. Hold me, Asher, hold me. This is not what I wanted.
It's just Viking lib. Oh, medevac. Ooh.
Yeah, mate, it's gonna be a medevac next, Papi. He's gonna be going for a bit of a cheeky drop. Oh my.
I think this is just gonna be a Hellion drop, maybe? I guess it could be. No, I don't think it could be a Hellbat build. I think it's just a Hellion drop. This is pretty creative. This is a interesting way to go about this. Yeah,
very interesting indeed, especially because he is getting stim behind this, so he's not going to be throwing down or getting any additional gases that is natural, as you were pointing out earlier. So yeah, I wonder how this is all going to come together for Ryung.
Yeah, there we go. We just see those extra Rexes going down. Viking just going to be clearing out the path for this drop as well. So it's a bit of an old school build, this one.
It really is. It's been a while since we've seen it, but there we go. We have a boost from that medevac. We do have 4 Hellions. We're going to dive in towards the main base so far unscattered. And is Reynor going to be able to respond in time?
Yeah, looks like there is plenty of creep here in the main. So Reynor all over this does prevent the damage very quick with the reactions.
Oh, yeah, we do see Ryung trying to juggle there with his Hellions, but we'll lose 1 in the end. So this drop not really doing too much here, just testing the reaction time of Reynor. Oh, as Ryung is going to be transitioning into his 1-1 timing.
Yeah, there we go. We do see those Evos coming out from Reynor, going to be going into that lair as well. So it looks like Reynor, everything is going his way in terms of the scouting. His Ling scouts have been constant. He's just showing just how fast he is as a player and how well that lends itself with Zerg.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, nothing too crazy coming out from him. No earlier gases, no earlier lair, or no incredibly fast lair with delayed Evo chambers or anything like that. So just some standard play coming out from Reynor, kind of what we should be wanting to see here on Data Under the Sea.
There we go. This Hellion Drop going to be getting on out of there. Beautifully placed Spore there as well. Just going to be continuing to punish as we do see that fourth going down. So the defense from Reynor so far been very solid.
It really has, and because the Hellions were used in a drop, they weren't able to delay any of this creep shreds, so Reynor has been able to exceed his bases and start heading towards the center of the map. Not bad whatsoever, but that may all change soon, and now that we have 2 more medevacs, and Ryung is going to be active with his Marines.
Yeah, there we go. Just sending out those first couple of medevacs. Just waiting as well for those Hellions to get back home for the defense there. Looks like he will be clearing out that watchtower as well. So Ryung, just a lot of attention to detail here with the push, using the Viking to clear the path for the Hellion drop, using the Hellion drop to clear the path for this double drop. A lot of these different elements playing off each other here.
Yeah, that was a quick hot pickup there from those Hellions as well, making sure he doesn't lose anything too needlessly. Again, he's a very meticulous player, and that we do see that as he does play out his game. Another scan going to clear out as much creep as possible here in the center of the map, not really committing to any kind of major fights or even diving on top of some of these queens.
There we go. We commit very nice multitasking and macro, and we clear some creep, depleting the queen energy for a moment. Wonderful.
Do you have something to say, Asher? Do you?
I mean, you've heard it before. As we do see this tank going to be setting up here, we're going to be starting to push forward with these Marines. It's very low commitment to start to push back the creep here, and he's doing a good job in that regard. We do have the Queens pressing on for a decent amount of Banelings as well, going to be helping protect these.
Yeah, great tank positioning here from Ryung. He's able to support this army from behind those rocks. As we see a scan, he's able to clear so much more of this creep here towards the center of the map. Doesn't want to overextend. Again, very safe play here from Ryung. He doesn't want to take any kind of major chances. He doesn't need to, as he's working up towards 2-2. Meanwhile, Reynor back at home has droned on up, and he has hit that juicy 87 drone count.
Yeah, there we go. Finds himself with a comfortable drone count. Does mean he can just start to pump out the Lings and Banes. Has the infestation on the pit, infestation pit on the way, as well as 2-2. Should be looking to go into a little bit of an earlier hive as well. So the game looking not the most comfortable for Reynor in terms of this creep being denied, but he is starting to get into that tech that he wants. And Banelings.
Oh my god, he's crazy. He's actually crazy.
Yeah, this is something that we've been seeing a laser using extremely often. It's not something that the other players use as much. I know Reynor does dabble in it a little bit, but yeah, I do like this idea, especially as a bit of a comeback mechanic, seeing as he has been really pushed back in terms of creep.
Yeah, speaking of, we do see him try to go for a bit of a counterattack here, but no. Ooh, a lot of Ling Bane does get shaved off here, but he's getting baited in. The Banelings! Observer, please.
We do see this creep continuing to be pushed back. Ryung actually doing a spectacular job of pushing this creep back on the map.
Yeah, he really is. Again, it's just doing such a great job here, just keeping Reynor back at home. Meanwhile, Reynor does have quite a number of actually Baneling kind of traps set up throughout the center of the map as well, so Ryung has to be a little bit careful. Both players have now maxed out, and 2-2 is going to hit in a couple of seconds.
Oh yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, taking that right before 2-2, so there's Baneling's getting huge shots off on these Marines. Are going to be taking out a few more of those, and it looks like Reynor just setting up for a giant surround here. Ryung is going to be throwing down his fourth as well, so we'll be looking to move out of this ARX.
Yeah, and I worry that maybe Ryung is overextending right now, because as you were saying, Reynor, he is pulling the trigger. He's going for a mass 360 surround.
Oh. Yeah, even without the creep, this surround is absolutely insane. The tanks are just not quite there with the focus fire. We will be saving a few of them, and actually quite a few Marines are saved. So we do see that Reynor was punished a little bit for going for that fight off creep.
Yeah, exactly. The 360 surround, not 360 enough, as Ryung is pushing on forward. We don't have that many Banelings remaining here, and he knows that he has such a massive window. He sims on forward and dives on in.
Yeah, we can really see how Ryung set himself up for this by clearing out all of that creep and getting on top of these bases. These tanks actually in a very inconvenient position for Reynor. He is starting to have all of his bases cut off from each other, and that makes it that much harder to reinforce.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like a couple of reinforcements are getting caught out, but know that these are good trades here for Ryung. Meanwhile, here come the reinforcements. Lingbane roll on forward, and it looks like Reynor is going to be able to clean this up.
Yeah, we do have some good connections here, but still a lot of bio remaining, and Reynor, he is up against the wall here.
He really is. 3-3 is on the horizon. I was wondering what Reynor was going to use that high for, and it looks like we get our answer. It is for an Ultra Cavern. Baneliness is being thrown down as well. It looks like, okay, now he does have a Baneliness. He's just getting a second one just in case the worst does come to pass, as Reynor is trying his hardest to hold on to his natural.
Yeah, there we go. The Ultras are on the way, and Ryung, he is very all in on this. He does have reactors on all of his Raxes, so he can only really make Marines, and if these Ultras do get to their chitinous plating, they're going to be extremely hard for pure Marine to deal with.
They really are. I mean, it looks like Ryung, he's going to be getting his fourth base up and running, but he doesn't have that much tech here to really support and transition to deal with said Ultras. Looks like Ryung is running a little bit out of steam. I say that like he does have a lot of supply. I feel like he can press his advantage, but does back off.
Yeah, I think to that point, he actually does need to press his advantage. He's on a short-term army. He's on pure Marine. He really does need to pull the trigger here, and I think he is looking to do that as he moves along to the north here. There are a lot of Banelings set up here. Does see the first Ultra as well, as Reynor's just going to give this base up.
Yeah, exactly. He completely evacuates, and Ryung is going to be able to get another base, but Reynor is slowly catching back up into supply. He's going for another Lingbane counterattack as well, going to be hitting that fourth base.
Yeah, I think he might even be looking for us around here. Looks like no, he is going to commit onto the fourth, like you were saying. The Banelings a little bit indecisive there, and he is going to be surrounded. We do see a quick burrow. The scan is good though.
There we go. The scan is on point here. Reynor once again. He's trying to come back in some which way, but Ryung is not letting him do so. This base is going to be going down, but chitinous plating has finished.
I feel like Reynor might have forgotten about his burrow, because considering the build that Ryung is going for, burrow Banelings would have actually been huge here. I guess he just never really got these Banelings off creep far enough that they wouldn't just get scanned when creep was being cleared.
Yeah, like even when it came to the pushes, Ryung was so adamant about scanning. Like it was really impressive how he was able to just, again, slowly push on forward and make sure he was never caught off guard by any Banelings, or by any borrowed Banelings even, as he goes for a triple drop into the main.
Yeah, this is a beautiful move here with the Arax. He's going to be jumping in onto the main. Unfortunately for him, isn't able to deny adrenal glands here, but does pull a lot of this army out of position. And with this all going down, I have to think he was looking at something else, and there we go. That's what he was looking at. He was setting up this attack on the fourth, and another hatchery goes down.
He is just choking Reynor out right now. He's down to only 3 mining bases at that, not even 3 full bases. Reynor still has a formidable army because of his Ultras, but really that's the only thing keeping him in this game.
Yeah, we do see behind this, Ryung is going up into that Ghost Tech. Does need to get this critical massive Ghost to help deal with the Ultras, but once he's there, he should just be able to roll over what is left of Reynor.
Yeah, there's another cancel on that fourth base, and as you were saying, because these Ultras were scattered so early on, Ryung was able to adapt, he was able to transition, and there is that transition as 4 ghosts are being made at a time. These 4 bases are completely fortified. A 5th is on the way as well, and Reynor, he doesn't have any bases, he doesn't have any creep. Oh,
yeah, we even see that extra factory going down, but almost being dragged onto the base. Oh my goodness,
God.
How does he know?
How does he know, Papi? It's Ryung, Papi. It's Ryung. 100% win rate. Terran,
incredible stuff there, but he does get that 5th up. Is looking to get into that 3rd factory as well, so making a full transition into this late game army, going into these tanks and Thors, Libs, Ghosts, everything that you want to have here.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we see a bit of a Ling run by, but once again, the reinforcements are already in position. Reynor just can't find any damage, but he is maxing out. He has been able to buy enough time to trade out well enough to catch back up, and he has not the most refined army, but Ling, Bane, Ultra with a handful of Vipers can take a fight.
Yeah, there we go. Those Vipers might even want to clear out that drop from behind his base, but we do have Ryung setting up for some multi-prong attack here. He's going to look to pressure and draw the Ultras out of position and then finish off one of these bases with the bio on the right here.
Yeah, so be careful though, because we do have a couple of bailing traps set up on that left-hand side of the map. We do see a hop pickup once again. Meanwhile, Ryung is going to push on forward up that ramp in towards that fresh base. Oh, the base! The base!
Oh, he just doesn't spot that one. Does look like he's going to be trying to drag the army back on there. The scan actually going to be taking, catching the side of those banelings.
Yeah, it looks like the banelings do end up connecting somewhat here. Ooh, not enough room in these medevacs to save everything, so Ghost actually going down.
Yeah, I do love that from Ryung, though. He actually made sure to pick up as many ghosts as he can. I think those medevacs will be mostly full of ghosts, so nice control there just to single out those ghosts for the pickup.
Yeah, and even though some ghosts went down, Reynor loses another hatchery. Now he's still stuck on 4 hatcheries at the moment, trying desperately to get his own 5th up and running as he's perpetually down in bases. Ryung, though, looks like he needs a little bit of a moment to kind of lick his wounds to try and remax as, oh, he's actually mixing in some Liberators.
Yeah, we've got libs and tanks behind this. Quite a lot of libs being made at that, and that does mean that he can start to think about slow pushing with tank lib. There's not really any way with Reynor's economy for him to get into anything like Broodlords to help deal with this, so I do really like this choice. I think considering the amount that is ahead on the economy, this is probably the most intelligent way to convert that.
I do think so as well. Like, again, I just love this lib switch from Ryung. I do think it's quite smart considering what he's up against. Reynor at the moment is double expanding. He's again trying desperately to get one of these hatcheries up and running, but Ryung is already on top of at least the one on the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, there we go. The tanks are going to be in position, absolutely blasting that hatchery. Starting to establish his own 6th as well, and that's a very nice spot to be in as a Terran. Even if the next few minutes don't go his way, he does have a good split of the map already.
He really does, but Reynor is stabilizing right now. He has caught back up when it comes to upgrades. 3-3 about to finish up. He's working on Aspire to get into Corruptors, to get into Broodlords if need be. And we were talking about it earlier. I feel like Ryung may be resting on his laurels a little bit, maybe allowing Reynor to get back into this by not being as aggressive as we have a massive run by.
Yeah, there we go. There is that aggression you're asking for. He's going to be running on in there, but Ultras and Liberation Zones, not really what you want to see. We do have this orbital, this Bear CC just floating over the PF, ready to replace it. So Reynor doesn't want to be too wasteful taking these out.
It really doesn't, but 19 SCVs just went down. But you know what, Ryung, he replaces that with army instead. We've been here before. Is that the wisest move to kill workers? Because really, you're just allowing your opponent to get a much larger army supply.
Here we go. The Queen's going to be sniped on out.
Oof.
We do have those hatcheries being set up on as well, and Reynor really is just being stuffed back into his own corner of the map here.
He really is. Meanwhile, League Runby is going to be able to catch a lot of reinforcements. They weren't able to bunch up in time to reduce that surface area. Reynor going to be able to get the hell out of there right afterwards. Corruptors are now on the way and answer to all these Liberators. Again, maybe did Ryung take too much time. Ling's also catching another tank here on the left-hand side, and the Ultras are coming in.
Yeah, a few snipes going to be going down there, but Reynor gets on out of there, so we can really see how useful the speed of Reynor is with just taking these little pickoffs here and there and trying not to overextend or lose too many units all at once. It's very, very effective the way that he's using all his units.
Oh, it really is, but is it going to be enough in the end? Can he keep up with the speed of Ryung as he's going to be committing to this push here on the right-hand side? We do see a bit of a small force actually denying the base on the left for Reynor.
Yeah, there we go. Ryung just closing down on Reynor from both sides. Looks like Reynor going to have to commit to a fight sooner or later, but the Marauder is going to be DPSing down that hatchery. We do see a lot of Blinding Clouds going down on the tank. It looks like we are going to have a full commitment coming out as we do have a nice EMP on the Vipers as well, and beautiful snipes taking out every Ultra. Ryung gets it done.
There we go. GG, well played. This is the Ryung that we know and love. This is the Ryung that I wanted to see in Super Tournament and was very disappointed that I didn't. Because we don't need some weird cheesy play. We don't need some weird all-in builds. Mate, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nicely done. Team GP get one on the map and possibly with one of the biggest upsets in these matchups. So beautifully done by Ryung.
You gotta have faith in Ryung. He's the favorite, puppy. What do you mean? Oh my god. He does take that first game, but now it is going to be Reynor's map choice. And this is where I start to worry a little bit because reality is Reynor is a world-class player. He is one of the best Zerg players in the world. And allowing him to pick a map in this matchup is a dangerous thought.
Waterfall.
What? Waterfall. Oh my god. I mean,
Waterfall or Cosmic?
I'm feeling cosmic. I'm feeling
Uh-huh.
cosmic. I don't know if Reynor wants to play on a Terran map. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not bothering.
As Asher's too busy biting his Oreos to bite at the balance wine. As we do see, there it is. Called it, made of. Wait, why would you pick a Terran map? It's gonna be Cosmic Sapphire.
Hang on.
Predictions are in the chat. As a reminder, this is going to be the final game here of the night. Team GP have already been taken out as a team, but as a player, Ryung is fighting for his team, is fighting for his pride, fighting to potentially 2-0 Reynor and steal some juicy Illegal points.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh boy. So we'll see. Meanwhile, exclamation mark Funada for sure is in the chats. Getting some Funadas out there as well. But yeah, we'll kind of see how this all plays out. I mean, I feel like Reynor, he's an experienced enough player where even though he had a bit of a rough game number one, he's able to shake it off. He's able to reassess, reevaluate, reset his mind, and yeah, get into game number two a little bit more fresh.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a frustrating one for sure, but he did manage to drag things out after having a pretty rough mid-game. Like, he did look completely dead, and he managed to make a bit more of a game out of it. So yeah. I think that will give him a little bit of confidence.
Definitely. You know, he didn't go down without a fight. We saw him have a real rough kind of early to mid game there, and he was able to claw his way back in. And on a larger map, he will have more opportunities in case he's in a similar scenario to stabilize a little bit more, and to have a bit of a better fighting chance. Again, if we are in a similar kind of, if the events do turn out similarly.
Yeah, for sure. But on a big map like this, going to be a little bit difficult for Ryung. Going to be interesting to see if he brings out the mech, brings out the blue flame, any sort of weird out of left field strategies to try to bring things back in his favor.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I want to see more of the same, but I know I'm not going to get it.
I don't think you can do it on this map, to be honest. As here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map for Team GP. This is Ryung.
Oh my god. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, going for another pool first. Representing KaiZi, it is Reynor.
Here we go. Are we going to be seeing something a little bit different here? Are we going to be seeing the commitment to roaches this time? Or are we just going to see that first 6 lings again? I don't really think it went either that great or that badly for him the first time. So I don't mind seeing him do it again. Especially on a bigger map, it does give him a bit more wiggle room.
It does. I'm very curious. I'm also of a similar mindset where, you know, 6 lings may not be too bad. Maybe he just goes for 2 instead. Maybe he's a little bit afraid or reading that Ryung would even go for a proxy. Yeah,
looks like Ryung actually went for a CC first here, so this could be quite effective. Oh, actually, no. The CC is going to be done. This is a build order counter. I forgot.
Yeah, CC first is a good thing. But also, Reynor didn't commit to 6 lings. He's going for 4 instead. And Ryung opens with a 2 racks.
Yeah, there we go. So it's going to be the CC first 2-1-1 here. This can also lead into a 2-base all-in quite commonly. I have seen Ryung do that before. As we do see Reynor going to be sneaking these first few lings out across the map. But that CC will be well and truly finished by the time he arrives.
Yeah, exactly. So Ryung doesn't have to worry about any kind of delay here. So Ryung is going to be able to come out on top from these little opener kind of rock, paper, scissors here. There we go. The CC is completed. Maybe Reynor can get a kill on that one SCV as it is pulled away back into the main.
A wall is not a wall. Ah.
He's not looking. He's not. As we do see Ryung saving every single worker, just a little bit of lost mine time here. But what's important is that even though the Lings did dip into the main, I do not believe they did see the second racks.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to be seeing a few of these SUVs being committed. Oh, Ryung accidentally going a little bit too far out with those, and this Marine is in some serious trouble. Beautiful work there with the mineral walk to block those Lings in. That was stunning, Micro.
Mate, I'm telling, I don't know why you don't believe. Oh my god, it's just, you know, maybe not the most consistent player, but Ryung, when he shows up, mate, he shows up.
He's got the moves.
He's got the moves, mate. He's got the. What's that MMA quote? You know, form is temporary, class is eternal. Reynor! In shambles. You see that?
Form is eternal empire.
Head in hands.
Not like this.
Not like this, papi. Oh my god. Or maybe just fixing his hair. Yeah, we are going to be getting into our game. Stim is on the way. We're going to be hitting that 2-on-1 as you were calling earlier. And again, Reynor is a little bit in the dark.
It's going to take more than that to fix his hair. Got him. Hey, I'm officially old. Making fun of young kids' hair.
I know.
I'm old.
We are old. That's why we watch Mix.
Young, nimble hands.
Yeah. The game is going to be continuing here. There is that third CC. So we're not going to be seeing a 2-base all-in variant of the 2-on-1. Ryung is looking to have a little bit more longevity here instead, as we see the add-on switch, and the first 2 medevacs are going to be on the way.
There we go. We do have that combat shields on the way. We're going to be getting that third on the way as well. So, yeah, as you're saying, everything just lining up here for Ryung. Meanwhile, for Reynor, we do see he's getting into his +1 carapace. Does seem like he has a pretty good idea of what's coming his way.
Yeah. Should have been able to piece it all together, especially because of the lack of Hellions and the lack of Hellion presence. So, of course, it must be some kind of different variation that he's up against. Creep is not looking too bad either, and there is that lair.
There we go. So nice drop timing coming out from Ryung. He's going to be starting up that third rack. Should be having those eBays on the way as well. There we go. Plus 1-1 is getting started. And we do have a nice early lair coming out from Reynor. So this drop might be able to get a little bit of damage here, but I think all in all, Reynor not looking too bad at all from this opener.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryung even just commits to clearing up creep, you know, very similar to the previous game as he stims on forward, goes for the scan, and yeah, he's just going to be trying to clean up whatever he can, not really taking any chances yet. He'll spot those queens and we'll respect them, we'll back off.
There we go, just going to be wrapping on around with these medevacs. Does find a little bit of a blind spot here in the vision of Reynor, so might be looking to take out that fourth, but good anticipation from Reynor, going to be wrapping around. Probably a fairly obvious target here.
Yeah, he rotates over, but he rotates back around and forces a cancel on the fourth.
There we go, and we are going to be able to threaten that jump into the main as well. So Reynor probably got a few Lings up in that main waiting for that drop, and he's going to be spotting the third getting landed as well. So has good eyes on that timing.
Yeah, great scouting here from Reynor. Is able to, again, recognize the lack of a 2-base all-in or anything like that. Recognize the timing of the third base. We see another scan, and Ryung doesn't threaten or he doesn't go into the main base. Just focuses a lot more on clearing up that creep.
There we go, little run by being set up here by Reynor. We do have a few Marines here for Ryung as well. Might be a little bit difficult to make this work without a medevac though.
Yeah, exactly. That run by is looking to maybe find some damage. Meanwhile, we see a stim on forward here by Ryung. Just make sure he can get the hell out of here. Doesn't want to overextend it. There is that Ling run by, but the medevacs are here. So are the Widow Mines.
Nice hot pickup there. Looks like Ryung is going to be wrapping around and trapping all of these Lings as well. Beautiful unit movement. It doesn't get baited out trying to take out the Queens either.
Oh my god, exactly. The Lings, the majority of them do get cleaned up, and now Ryung meets up with his reinforcements, can now push out onto creep and maybe even threaten these Queens.
Oh, and Reynor wasn't watching the Lings.
He was not looking. As the creep is going to be completely cleaned up here. All the hard work of these queens is going to be for naught. Widowmine drop in towards the natural base. Shot goes off. Ooh, nice drag though. Is able to avoid that. Oh my god.
Huge mine shot there, even taking out a few Marines, but I think the worst of the damage was on the links of Reynor, as we do see this Widow Mine drop gearing up to go into the main as well, and Ryung just putting pressure onto Reynor and showing that these old man's hands still got it.
Yeah, he's still got it, Papi Copia. I just love that Ryung, I think like he has a certain mindset when approaching this matchup. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit later, depending on how much success he has with it. But he always focuses on clearing up creep and never fighting on it. He's very, very careful with it. And it is a little bit slower, don't get me wrong, but he does find some success. Oh, that was a kill.
Yeah, definitely a very proper way to play this miner-based style. We do see decent hits coming off with these drones, and Ryung just trying to keep pressure on both sides of the map. We do see, yeah, doesn't kind of like how Clem plays with the mines and the bio, but not quite as aggressive with his trades.
Yeah, exactly. Just slows things down a little bit more. Meanwhile, the mines of the main base are going to get cleaned up here. Ryung was able to get a kill in that fourth base, and it looks like he may be looking to try and do it again.
Yeah, there we go, just back on in there. The mine shots are going to be pretty good. It does have that hot pickup as well. Takes out a couple of those Banes and is threatening to jump on into the main. We do see Reynor is going to be anticipating that, but all in all, Reynor has been on the back foot here.
Look at the soup, Puppy. Look at the soup. Like Reynor's been really struggling here. Like, he just hasn't been trading efficiently at all, and Ryung has been doing an amazing job of just keeping his units alive.
Yeah, Reynor here on 64 drones. I don't know if he didn't really realize how many drones got killed by the mine drops or by the Marines, and hasn't really cottoned onto that and been able to replenish that drone count. But yeah, it does seem that he's not quite aware or not feeling comfortable to drone out.
Yeah, exactly. And as a result, he's being punished for it. Here we go. He's going to try and dive into this army, but the Widowmine shots go off.
Yeah, good pickup, and the Widowmine shots are going to be taking some nice trades here. We do see that drop. Heads on into the main. Looks like there is more than enough here to deal with those lings, and Ryung is being, Reynor is being overwhelmed here. I think we can see that he's realizing he is close to the end here.
Well, finally, one fight goes his way. Banelings are going to be able to clean up that drop here on the left-hand side, but the drop in the main base has gotten out of control. Finally, Ryung is forced out, but another army comes on in. Here we go, the tri-pronged attack, Papi.
Yeah, there is a lot of damage going on all over here. Just leaves back a few Marines there to finish off the job and then gets on out of there. Sitting nice and pretty off creep is going to be able to just set up his next prong of attack.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Reynor, it looks like he was listening to us because he has now droned going up to 80 workers, heavily trying to recoup his losses here, and now he's getting into his Ling Bane Hydra. He is looking to stabilize. Oh my god.
I was reading the wrong person when I looked at the workers before, I think. Anyway, we do have Reynor getting up into that nice healthy drone count. Going to be losing a few of them here, though, as we do have this drop once again sneaking on into the back. And Ryung just finding damage everywhere right now.
He really is, but a couple of medevacs just got targeted down there by those. Oh my god, a full medevac going down as well by the Queen. So great target firing there by Reynor. The kid, he fights back. He's not going to take this lying down. He is going to finally get some breathing room.
Yeah, nice trades coming out there. As we do see this drop getting F2'd back. But it does look like Reynor doesn't quite spot it out with the Hydras yet. All these Banelings almost get on top of the Marines. Does look like Reynor is going to be able to push this prong back. And Ryung starting to be deflected here as he does go into his drilling claws. Kind of interesting that he didn't have that already.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Drilling claws finally on the way. 3-3 on the horizon as well for our Korean Terran player here. He's going to be looking to try clear up whatever creep he can in the middle of the map. But again, it feels like in these past couple of moments, Reynor was able to stabilize, but Ryung has maxed out.
There we go. We do have this dual prong set up once again. A little bit of an overextension here. Does look like these mines are not really going to be able to get off. A little bit of a drag coming out there as well. And I do feel that the momentum is starting to sway into Reynor's favor here.
It really is. Like, things were looking quite scary for him in the first 10 minutes of this game, but now finally he has a firm grasp on things. Now we're going to be seeing a lot more of it back and forth instead. We do see +3 attack finishing up for Ryung. Reynor trying his hardest to try and respread the creep in the middle of the map, and now he is finally going to be the aggressor.
Yeah, there we go. But once again, Ryung going to be getting on top of this base here. And this base is just never going to be allowed to be taken. And even taking some good trades with those lings there, the Hydras do make it a little bit more difficult for him to wrap around into this main. But it does look like he has another prong going on the bottom left-hand corner
Oh my
right here.
god. Yeah, but did he overextend? No, he did not. He does pull back off of creep as well. There's barely any creep exceeding here towards the southern portion of the map, so it does kind of make for a great launching point here for Ryung.
Yeah, there we go. Just threading that drop into the main isn't going to get that one done. We do see the Overseers having a good look at what's going on up there. And the Banelings and the Hydras, they are there in time. Looks like good connections coming out there.
Yeah, for one moment, Ryung, he just wasn't looking at the drop, was focusing elsewhere instead. And again, Reynor is able to clean up and at least minimize the threats of these drops. Meanwhile, Ryung is just going to be reestablishing and rerouting his army over towards the right-hand side.
Yeah, it does kind of seem that Reynor's finally gotten a hold of the tempo of Ryung's play and is starting to anticipate his movements a bit better now.
Yeah, it does feel that way, but the creep is still being cleaned up here towards the center of the map. I believe a couple of creeping queens were just killed as well. Ryung doesn't want to overextend, though, because Reynor is getting in position here for the fight.
Yeah, there we go. Clears out a little bit of this creep. He's going to be looking to drag out these mines, take some pretty massive shots on the links. Fortunately, not on the banelings, though.
Yeah, exactly. So again, not the best trades here. Maybe just not anticipating that the mines would be there. Meanwhile, the drop once again distracts him, and Ryung pushes through the center. Again, just looking to clear creep, maybe even dive on that base.
Yeah, behind this we are once again getting into the tanks, getting those extra gases, extra orbitals, getting the ghost upgrades on the way, but gonna have to be careful here that he doesn't lose too much to the banelings. We see a massive counter attack on the bottom right.
Yeah, meanwhile, the army on the left-hand side, it looks like the banelings do get here in time, but chasing off of creep isn't going to be ideal, but the planetary goes down.
Yeah, there we go. Reynor finally getting a little bit of damage, but Ryung stands his ground, mows down those banelings, and suddenly things on the left-hand side of the map looking like they could be threatened to get out of control.
Not just that, I'm pretty sure all the creeping queens have been killed. The creep has been having a really hard time here for Reynor. He hasn't been able to get in towards the middle of the map. He is rebuilding his queens as we speak, but Ryung is taking the gold.
Yeah, there we go. Ryung getting that gold up and running. If he can establish that gold, that'll be a massive boon to his economy. As I am buffering. Are you?
Yeah, we are all buffering right now. It looks like the internet just can't handle the power of Ryungdraw right now, and hopefully we can get back into this game as the upgrades are looking to tie up here. Reynor was stuck on 2-2 for so long. 3-3 finally on the horizon. He's getting into your favorite unit, the Lankers, papi.
Animal.
No more. Oh my god. But yeah, as we get a little bit of a moment to breathe here, I'm just gonna quickly refresh and see if it no, refresh does not work. Get us back in, Poppy. We need to see how this ends.
They all lived happily ever after. Yeah, exactly. Ryung's Marines and Reynor's Lings put aside their differences and helped solve world hunger.
They helped solve the problem of the Protoss.
Yeah. They ate the Protoss.
They ate the Protoss for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it all was good. Yeah, we are going to be looking to get into this. Hopefully everything is okay. Just trying to meet up with some of the admins. Looks like they're having issues worldwide. Oh, smudge.
Beautiful. Smudge. Smudging must comments.
Yes. Yeah, and I worry because we're actually missing a lot right now. Like this buffer is quite long. I'm scared that by the time we get back into it, it could be the last moments of the game, to be honest. Like, things can happen real quick in StarCraft.
Yeah, indeed. Just Fanara's in the chat for live VIP for his internet, causing this to be bad for everyone in the entire world.
My internet has dropped Korea. Off into the ocean. Yeah, so we'll see how things turn out here in the end. We're just kind of chilling. We're all just kind of big
chillin'.
chillin'.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! Now that I have some time to chill, I'm just checking out my DMs here, and Asher's got some copium screenshot. Oh my! What's with the question marks, puppy? Oh my god! I thought you weren't taking the bait. I thought you were eating at the time when I was talking about waterfall.
Nope.
Aye. But yeah, this is honestly a little bit rough. So we're at 15:04 because we can actually rewind. When we come back, if we're ahead, should we go back to 15:04 so we can just cast from that moment?
Yeah, sure.
I think that sounds good, actually. Yeah. Because we are. It's been minutes at this point. So Kure, it's gonna be difficult to sync, but when we come back, 15:04, we'll try and start from there if possible. Maybe we can count. Maybe you can count us in.
Mm.
There you go. Oh. 15:04. Say my name. Say my. Say, baby, I love you.
And with that, we lost every remaining viewer.
We lost all the viewers, Papi. Yeah, everyone's having the same issue. Wardy's having the same issue. The other language streams as well. Unfortunately, we're all casting from a clean feed, and sometimes things just don't go too well when the clean feed dies.
The dirty feed.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dirty feed? I kind of like Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, it's a good dirty feed.
I've never had a Philly cheesesteak.
What?
I've never had a Philly cheese. That sounds like American food.
It is, but you can get it here.
I've never.
Okay, that's where I'm gonna take you if you come here. I'll take you to Black Sparrows. We'll get a Philly cheesesteak.
Black Sparrows. So what is the Philly cheesesteak? Because I've heard in my brain.
Oh no, it's not
right?
called Black Sparrows. I think it's just called Sparrows.
All right, in my brain, a Philly cheesesteak. All right, a steak is a steak. You know, it's a piece of meat. All right, it's a slab of meat. All right, then I hear cheesesteak, so it's like a Parmesan, like chicken Parmesan, but it's like steak, so it's like cheese on steak, and that's it.
Kind of. Okay, let me find some pictures.
Okay, because that's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking like chicken Parmesan, except I guess you don't like batter the beef. It's just you just get cheese on.
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Yeah. If anyone's in Melbourne, there we go. There's some free advertising. Shout out to Sparrow's Philly cheesesteak. Best cheesesteak in Melbourne.
This is a burger.
Yeah, it's like a bun. It's like steak and cheese in a bun.
This is not what I was saying at all.
Well, I wasn't really listening. I was just looking for pictures.
I was thinking like a T-bone steak or something, you know? With
no. It's like cut up steak. It's like it's a sub.
It's like Subway.
No. But yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen this before. I've never had this. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, man. We'll go there. We'll go to Sparrows next time you come to Melbourne.
We'll go to Sparrows and then you can put your sub in me.
Yes. We can all. I'll be like, put your sub in him. He likes it.
Aye. Yeah. I haven't had what's the, I don't know, other American stuff. What else is American?
Gumbo? Have you had gumbo before?
What are you saying? Is that even English? Is that a word? Gumbo?
Yeah, gumbo.
Gumbo. What?
Gumbo.
Gumbo.
It's our Louisiana food.
Gumboots?
No, gumbo. It's like it's kind of like a fish, like a seafood stew, but it's like really rich. Like it's a dark seafood stew.
I have never seen this before.
Seafood gumbo, yeah.
What?
It's really nice.
Okay. Yeah.
You found some?
No, I'm just looking at photos.
Yeah. It's really good. I think you probably couldn't make it yourself. I think you'd have to go to a store to get, or not a store, but like go to a restaurant to get it because of the dark roux. Probably takes a while to make, but yeah, there's like they've got like sausage in there and shrimp and like lobster and it's just dark and rich and seafoody. It's really nice.
Beautiful.
I'm being corrected. Gumbo. Yeah.
Gumbo.
I'm just being Australian. We don't pronounce things right.
Do you go to a restaurant? Do you say I want the gumbo, and they'll know what you're talking about?
Yeah. The gumbo.
Okay. There you go.
I don't think the restaurant that I used to go to is open anymore. Oh no, it is. Permanently closed. Goddamn.
Okay.
It was so good. Bloody COVID.
Unsanitary.
So sad.
What do you mean? What do you mean screw COVID? What do you mean? Just order it. Just menu log, mate. Just menu log it.
No, but they closed down because of COVID. Like they couldn't stay afloat.
Oh, Kuro just came in. Sorry, we didn't know. I guess the game ended, and Wardy just sent us the replay, so we can replay cast.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Oh, let's go. I don't know if Kuro's set up for this, but Americas, papi, Americas. Let's go. All right, so what we're in the middle of course, 3-3s on the way for Reynor. We have a Lunker Den as well. We were talking about it at the time. Ryung has been on fire, but a lot of momentum is going Reynor's way. At the same time, Ryung pushing through the right-hand side of the map. Let's go, papi, let's go.
Oh, you can actually watch the Observer if you want.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah, we should do that. Who are we watching?
I want to watch Lucky Day.
Yeah, Lucky Day. Yeah, we're watching. Oh, that's easier so much.
Okay. So here we go. We have a massive Ling Bane Hydra force here assembling in the middle. Yeah, Lucky Day's the one who crashed, I think. Oh no, he's moving. There we go.
Yeah, he's moving. It's all good. Here we go. The Ling Bane army is pushing on forward. You have 3 Vipers chock full of energy right now. So yeah, we'll see how good those blinding clouds are going to be, or the EMPs here for Ryung.
Yeah, there we go. These Marines just going to be taking a little skirmish here. Too many Banelings here, so we'll be picking up, trying to get on out of there, but the Hydra should be able to put the finishing touches on that CC. So we do see some burrowed Banelings once again being committed. Yeah,
the CC, the gold base does burn down here. So Ryung is actually having a hard time establishing a 5th base. He is going to be able to get one on the right-hand side of the map. And that is exactly where his army is situated, so he should be able to get it up and running.
Yeah, there we go. We do continue to see Ryung putting pressure on both sides of the map, just trying to keep all of this creep spread back, trying to keep on top of these bases, but we do see Reynor is going to be committing to a massive surround.
Oh my god, we've seen this before. We're going to see it again. The Banelings, they come on in, this time with blinding clouds as well. The tanks are going to do nothing, and Reynor is looking to clean this up.
Yeah, the Baneling's kind of funneling through the middle of the units though, so looks like Ryung is going to be taking out every single Baneling, but there's just too many Hydras here to commit to the fight. Meanwhile, we do see a double drop up to the north. Ryung with some very nice multitasking here is going to be taking down this hatchery. Yeah, the hatchery is going to be going down. This forces Reynor to back on up. We do see another drop here on the right-hand side of the map as well, just pulling away the attention of Reynor. He gets knocked down to 5 bases. Ryung likewise, oh my god. Lucky Day may have died. We may have to switch to the other one.
Yeah. Okay, we'll switch to the other one. Cool. Dole. Beautiful. It looks like Ryung's gonna be able to buy some time here to rebuild his army. Oh my god, that was an insane amount of lunkers. Let's
switch back to Lucky Day. I want to look at the corner of the map. I don't want to look at the lurkers.
I think Lucky Day did lag out, by the way, so we are forced to look at the lunkers, puppy. Here we go. Lunker upgrades are on the way as well. I believe the scam was able to catch the tail end of this. We do have ghosts, no liberators though, and again, I don't know if Ryung really has the most ideal army to fight this.
Yeah, this lurker count's kind of insane. I don't know if we have enough ghosts here to deal with this. The liberators do help to slow them down a little bit, but it's mainly the ghosts that we need. But beautiful blinding clouds coming down. Yeah, we just don't really have enough ghosts to deal with the lurker dive here. They are going to be able to commit onto these bases on the right. We do see the Baneling kind of funneling forward. A lot of those Banelings going to be going down, and Ryung can start to work through these lurkers on the left here.
No, that he can. The lurkers on the left are going to be going down at the same time. It looks like the drop on the left-hand side was cleaned up as well. Ryung, very quickly, things are turning south for him. There isn't any Ling Bane remaining here, but the lurkers are standing strong, and Ryung is being starved out.
Yeah, Ryung is down to 32 workers and doesn't have much access to gas at the moment. He is trying to make some liberators as well, but they're just going to spend the last of his gas here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he was doing so well throughout the start of this game, but alas, once the Lurkers come out, everything did change here. Ryung, so desperately, he needs to somehow regain control of his economy. He's down to 32 workers, down to 4 bases. He's running out of mineral patches. Liberators are forcing Reynor back for now.
Yeah, Terran dominating the entire game, and then Lurkers coming out and the game's over. Definitely something I've seen before, but we do see the tanks being spread on out. We do have quite a few ghosts here. Actually, only 3 or 4 ghosts, so it's going to be very hard to deal with these Lurkers. The target fire for the tanks just not quite there. All of those will be going down to the Lings and Banes. We are eventually going to see somewhat of a cleanup, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough here in the end. The base is slowly being broken. It looks like the Lurkers aren't going to be able to force the issue. But again, Reynor has an economy and Ryung doesn't. Reynor can rebuild. Doesn't have really much of any creep spread at all to speak of it. Again, it's really impressive to see what Ryung was able to accomplish earlier on. But these big frontal assaults have just been doing so much.
Yeah, this Ling Remax is going to be brutal. Ryung just doesn't have the money to get his bio count back up. You can see this mineral count for him is barely moving.
It really is, and maybe there's a world where he lifts up his main base to expand and take the 5th, maybe even trying to take a gold base in desperation. But yeah, it's more than just that. It's just he's lacking in so many other aspects here.
Yeah, he's on crumbs right now, and 7 Lurkers just got finished up. He's going to be able to take out this 1 Lurker. Nice little dodge coming out there for the spines. Very cute micro, but with 7 more Lurkers on the way. Lings and Banes, a little bit of Hydra action and some Vipers there as well. There's just nowhere near enough to deal with this for Ryung.
Yeah, and here we go. Reynor setting up for the final push of the game. He's rolling on forward. Once again, the Blinding Clouds do cover 2 of those tanks. The Ling Bane do get on top of everything else. The Lurkers do burrow. And even though the splits were pretty good and probably the most efficient trade that Ryung could have hoped for, it's still not enough.
Yeah, there we go. Lurkers get on top of everything. Banelings are going to be wrapping on through. GG is called. And Reynor going to be taking down that last game for KaiZi.
GG, well played. And you were talking about it when we were getting into this game, and I feel like it really does show that this style that Ryung attempted to accomplish almost worked. And I think we probably would agree that on a smaller map, it would have been enough to break Reynor, to give Ryung enough momentum to keep the pressure up and break him, as we saw on Data C. But because the map was a little bit larger, Reynor was able to claw his way back in, get that breathing room that we were talking about, and stabilize in some way. I have to imagine that, you know, if we had a bit of a different format, you know, one with some vetoes, maybe could have had a different outcome.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's the way that it goes. And Ryung is going to get a map for his team, and it was a spectacular map. That was a great game on Data C. But in the end, KaiZi going to be taking this one down 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1 in the end. But again, personally, I was really impressed by Ryung. I know, like, he was the underdog coming in, and I know he didn't really look too impressive in Super Tournament. But like, I do think that the Ryung that showed up today is the same Ryung that we saw beat Dark in the ESL Open Cup Asia, right? Like, we saw him just all over the map, really slow, methodical pushes. I mean, sure, we can point at Reynor and talk about how he maybe made some mistakes, and there were moments where he could have droned up or been a little bit more careful with his engagements and whatnot. Sure, we can, but at the same time, like, Ryung looked pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's great stuff there. Great games.
Great games indeed. And with that, GG, congratulations to KaiZi Gaming as they do take the series in the end. Team GP having a bit of a rough time of it, but at least, you know, redeeming themselves a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So great stuff there. And we do reach the end of tonight's broadcast.
I'm sure Kuro is playing. You better be playing that music. So with that, thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. We do apologize for some of the tech issues. It wasn't on us. For those who do not know, we are actually not a part of the observers. We are not like in the games themselves. It is kind of provided to us through a clean feed through the Chinese admins, or I should say the WTL admins. But alas, it looks like one of them did have some internet issues and lagged out. So it did kind of disrupt the broadcast a little bit. But at least we were able to get the replays and able to catch the tail end of that game.
Yeah, exactly. So I did get to see how that one went down. I mean, I could have made that up in my head and it probably would have gone like that too.
shaking my head. Stop smudging. Yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed their time here again. We had a lot of really, really great games tonight. I don't want to focus too much on, this last one, but, like players like Time were really able to shine earlier. We were able to see a dominant showing by Alpha X as well, and having a really impressive feat. So yeah, like a lot of actually really good games.
Yeah, exactly. It was a pleasure. Nice to cast it with you, Light.
Thank you, And then they set aside their differences and started a Peruvian food truck in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go, puppy.
Asher reconnected with his old favorite restaurant, and he was actually able to get the recipes of his favorite dishes.
Yeah, we made Peruvian gumbo fusion.
Let's go. Oh god. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. If you want to tune into more of ourselves on an individual basis, Asher, where are you going to be streaming tomorrow?
I'm not streaming tomorrow at twitch.tv/AsherBro.
There you go. Yeah, you can find some quality Terran action over there. Sometimes even some Protoss action. Asher, he's a great guy. Got a great stream going on, and he's got some brand new Rufus emotes.
Yes, the Rufus emotes. They're so good.
They're amazing. Meanwhile, you can follow me at light_VIP as well on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week. I should be streaming tomorrow as well for some Zerg gameplay. I do try and ladder on the North American ladder, sometimes the Korean ladder as well, and with mixed results. We're just trying to survive. We're trying to make lunkers, dying while trying. So if you're interested in that, then you can follow me there as well. We usually like to have some fun and enjoy ourselves. But if you're only interested in our casting, then you can follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We're all over the place. CranKy Ducklings everywhere. Check out our YouTube channel for all of our VODs. Our VODs are uploaded on a daily basis. And we will also be back tomorrow in less than 24 hours with a DreamHack replay broadcast. So be sure to be there if you want to tune in to Group Stage 2. We already had a replay cast last week of Group Stage 1 covering matches that were not broadcasted to the public. And we're going to be doing the same again this week.
Oh, yeah.
With that, Asher, do you have anything you want to say before you head off for the night?
If you ever don't believe in yourself, just pretend that you're 5 lurkers, because you can do anything.
You can do anything. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.